the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho, Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. Now, here's the voice of the Quakes, Rob Sinclair.
Well, thank you very much, and indeed, here we are. The epicenter is the setting where tonight the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes will take on the Lancaster JetHawks in a quick little 3-game series. Just got done with a 7-game road trip, 3 here over the weekend, and then back to the road for 6 beginning on Tuesday. But tonight the Quakes will look to rebound from back-to-back losses to close out that road trip as they send the right-hander Nick Adenhart to the hill here in Game 1 against the JetHawks. Fans, good evening to you. My name is Rob Sinclair, coming to you live from here in Rancho Cucamonga. We mentioned Quakes dropping the last 2 games of that series down in Lake Elsinore. And the starting pitching was a little bit problematic in both games. Back on Wednesday night, Francisco Rodriguez started for the Quakes, did not make it out of the first inning. Gave up, allowed 8 of the first 9 batters that he faced to reach with just 2/3 of an inning. Quakes dug themselves a 5-run hole there in the bottom of the first. They never recovered, falling 7-2. Then last night, it was the 4th inning that did in the Quakes. Fernando Rodriguez started, gave up a couple of runs in the first 2 innings, then got roughed up for 7 runs in the 4th. All told, Lake Elsinore would go on to score 8 runs in that 4th inning, a season high in terms of runs given up in a single inning by the Quakes. And the 9 runs charged to Fernando Rodriguez last night also marked a season high for a Quakes pitcher. Offensively last night, a couple of bright spots. Cody Fuller had another nice ball game. He went 3 for 4 with a triple and 3 runs scored. Tim Duff reached base twice on a walk and a single, extended his hitting streak to a season-high 6 games with an RBI single there in the 9th. Duffy also scored a run. And Ryan Leahy, in addition to getting 2 hits and an RBI single, also pitched for an inning last night, working a scoreless frame there in the 8th, although he was lamenting the fact yesterday after the game and also today when I saw him in the clubhouse that he just didn't have that good knuckleball working. But he got through it, a couple of walks, and otherwise no harm done for Ryan Leahy last night. First time he had pitched in over a year. He had pitched a couple of innings for the Arkansas Travelers last season in a blowout loss to the Wichita Wranglers. Well, fans, tonight we turn our attention to tonight's ball game. Quakes will send the right-hander Nick Adenhart to the hill. Adenhart coming in with a record of 3-1 and a .455 earned run average. He'll be opposed by Lancaster right-hander A.J. Shappy, who comes in having won 7 of his last 8 decisions. Shappy started this year 0-5, but since May 14th has started to have some better luck. He comes in with a record of 7-6 and a 5.96 earned run average. First pitch coming up in about 10 minutes or so. But as always, we have the Quakes on Deck show coming your way. Tonight we'll sit down and talk with Quakes third baseman Freddy Sandoval, one of the stalwarts on this ball club throughout the year. We'll sit down and get his take on the very successful road trip that the Quakes had. They took 4 out of 7 combined from Inland Empire and Lake Elsinore. The first time the Quakes have had a winning multi-city road trip all year, and the first time they've had a winning road trip at all since taking 2 out of 3 from Bakersfield from May 5th through the 7th. So it's been a long time. So the Quakes hopefully catching fire at the right time. We'll talk to Freddy Sandoval about that. And, of course, we'll have to bring up Ryan Leahy's performance on the hill and get Freddy's take on that. So that's all coming up in 1 minute. For now, we'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, the pregame comments of Quakes third baseman Freddy Sandoval. That's coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media. All for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes of the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m., the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Deck Show. This is Rob Sinclair. We're talking now with Quakes third baseman Freddy Sandoval. And Freddy, tough ball game yesterday. You guys were down early, then gave up 8 runs in the fourth, and had some success against the bullpen, but Cesar Ramos went out there, threw a good ball game, and it was one of those games. But you look at the bright side, you guys split with the first-place team. It didn't lose any ground and actually gained a couple of games on this road trip. But kind of take us through your impressions of yesterday's ball game, kind of the week on the road trip.
Well, yesterday's ball game was one of those ball games where you just have to tip your cap to the other team. You know, they came out swinging the bat, even though we had Fernie out there who's been pretty strong all year long. Unfortunately, it wasn't his day. You know, he got some blue hits here and there. A couple of balls that were hit pretty good, and like I said, you know, Cesar Ramos came out there and did his thing, and just, you know, it was a good ball game that they played overall. And as far as going up there and taking 2 out of 4, which is kind of splitting the series, it's pretty big for us, you know, especially now that the team seems to be coming around a little bit better. We have, you know, a lot of players coming back hitting wise and just feeling more comfortable, and obviously that's a huge strength of us, and hopefully we'll continue to do that. And now that we're going to be going to the other team's house, we're going in good shape.
Well, something we definitely need to talk about from yesterday was Ryan Leahy. Offensively, he had a couple of hits and picked up an RBI, and then came on in the 8th and worked to score this inning. And he said he didn't have the knuckleball working like he wanted to have it, so he had to go to the fastball, which he was claiming he was hitting 80, which, you know, I saw 74 more often on the radar gun. But talk about Leahy going in there and throwing an inning.
You know, he's our horse, you know, he's our little horse, and he's just the type of guy that can play any position, you know, and he showed up yesterday. You know, like I said, it was a bad game for us, and towards the end, there was just no point of using anyone for the bullpen, so they gave Leahy an opportunity to go out there and just show his things, you know, and he was throwing that knuckleball. That was probably, I don't know how fast he was going, but the fastball was surely not doing much. I went up to him, and I just told him, you know, just put something on it, and he's like, no, if I throw harder, they're going to hit it. So he was just lobbing it out there, throwing like 70 miles per hour, but I guess that was his idea, and he actually got 2 pop-ups, so worked out pretty good for him.
Yeah, we're talking with Quakes third baseman Freddy Sandoval here on the Quakes on Deck Show. And let's talk about this team. Now, you mentioned it. Really the core of this team has been here all year. Yourself, Sean Rodriguez, Michael Collins, Cliff Remily, Cody Fuller from the offense, Drew Toussaint as well. You guys, you've been here all year. How do you fight, you know, the dog days of summer, and how do you keep fresh and keep everything and keep the routine of coming to the ballpark? How do you keep that new and not get worn down mentally, much less physically?
I think it's just it has to do with how much we love the game, you know. I mean, we just love coming out here and playing in our hearts, and I think that just tells a lot about our team. You know, we have a lot of guys that just do it because they love to do it, and we probably just see this year, you know, or the upcoming year as being our last. So, you know, we try to take advantage of it. You know, baseball's a business, so you never know when it's going to be over. So you want to take advantage of every day and just give it your best. And like I've been pretty lucky just play around all these guys, and like I said, I've learned a lot from them, and hopefully they have learned something from me. And like playing together, it's been fun, and like we try to keep, you know, like our routine the same, and just coming out here and working hard, and just hoping best things happen in the game. And like I said, the team's finally coming around, and if all of us could, you know, put that together at one point, we're going to do some pretty good damage, and it seems like it's happening. So I'm looking forward to see that.
Well, Freddie, a couple more questions for you. Along those same lines, kind of handicap how you think the race is going to shape up once we get into August, which is only 3 days away, and then we play a handful of games in September. But you guys are 4.5 out. But again, coming off of a road trip that you went 4-3 on, it's the first time we've had a winning road trip since early May. You guys are kind of slowly but surely picking up steam at the right time. Is that kind of how you see this ball team going?
Well, yeah, you know, like baseball is a day-to-day sport anyway. You know, I wish we could have been doing this early in the season to where we were winning a lot more games. But it's never too late, especially now. Like, we're only 4.5 behind. And just knowing that we're going to be playing the teams that are in front of us, it's huge for us. So I think that's going to put a little bit more enthusiasm in our hearts to go out there and play even better, you know, or even harder, and just give it all. So hopefully we can come victorious in those games and get closer to the race to hopefully make the playoffs.
Well, one final question for you, Fred. Let's turn our attention back to tonight's ball game. You get to play one of those teams that's in front of you, the Lancaster JetHawks. they come in just a couple of games in front of you. They're playing 500 baseball, but you guys have the right-hander Nick Adenhart going. What do you expect to see out of Nick in game 1 of the series?
You know, Nick is unbelievable. I haven't seen him throw ever from spring training, and luckily I've seen him this year, and he's just unreal. You know, he's got great stuff, and if he comes out just throwing the way he usually does, I think we're going to be pretty good. You know, this Lancaster team is a pretty good hitting team, but I think you know, pitching-wise, I think we're stronger today, and that hopefully will set up a good beginning of the series for us, and we can hopefully win the series and get ahead of them.
All right, that's what we're going to be looking for. Those right there, the pregame comments of Quakes third baseman Freddy Sandoval. Sandy, appreciate the time. Congratulations on that good road trip, and best of luck here tonight.
Thank you very much, Bob.
Now stay tuned for Quakes baseball. Come up right here on Quakes Radio Network.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho, Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
Fans, welcome back here to the Epicenter as we've had the sing of our national anthem, beautiful rendition by Lenore Hayes tonight, and now first pitch coming up in just a couple of minutes as the right-hander Nick Adenhart will begin his warm-up toss. Before we tell you about Adenhart, however, we have reached the top of the 7 o'clock hour, just a couple minutes past, so let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
And you're listening to Rod Sinclair. Quakes Baseball on AM 1370, KWRM, Corona, California.
So, Nick Adenhart will begin his warm-up tosses. Adenhart from Silver Springs, Maryland, born and raised, 6'3", 185-pound right-hander, a 14th-round pick back in 2004. Let's take a look at how the JetHawks will line up against young Mr. Adenhart. JetHawks 16-16 in the second half, 48-54 overall. But look at this split. Lancaster 15-5 at home in the second half, 1-11 on the road in the second half. And the Quakes throughout this season have been a pretty good home team. So we'll see if they can take advantage of Lancaster's struggles away from Clear Channel Stadium. Leading things off for the JetHawks, they are a banged-up squad, but they do have the second baseman, Emilio Bonifácio, who will lead things off. Bonifácio hitting .327 and the league leader in stolen bases. Chris Ryal is the center fielder. He'll bat second. Then hitting third and playing third base, the switch hitting Brandon Burgess. In the cleanup spot is Cesar Nicholas, native of Miami, Florida, is playing first base. The left fielder, Jeremy Millens, will bat fifth. And the Baylor University product, Sick'em Bears, Josh Ford, will bat sixth. Josh Ford is catching tonight for the JetHawks. In the bottom third of the order, Javier Brito, a late scratch from the right field position, is still in the lineup. He is DHing. And Brito will bat seventh, hitting eighth and playing shortstop Derek Bruce. And getting the call in right field tonight, the number 9 hitter, John Zarang. So again for the JetHawks, Bonifácio, Ryal, and Burgess, Nicholas, Millens, and Ford, followed by Brito, Bruce, and Zarang. And the starter tonight for Lancaster is the right-hander, A.J. Shappy. So there you have part one of the starting lineups. We'll give you part two in the bottom half of the first inning. As Nick Adenhart has finished his warm-up tosses, and he's ready to go. Adenhart 3-1 this season with a 4.55 earned run average. And this is his 6th start of the year in a Quakes uniform. From the windup, kicks and deals, and the first offering is a fastball down and away for ball one as we're underway right on time tonight at 7:05. Bonifácio, the switch hitter, in from the left side. Adenhart, the right-hander, rocks and deals. Bonifácio trying to bunt his way on. Sends that one foul right back to the netting, and it's even now a ball and a strike. Tell you some more about Nick Adenhart. He has worked 27 2/3 in his 5 previous starts. Has given up 14 earned runs on 29 hits. But half of those earned runs came in a start a couple of times ago against Stockton here at home. Fastball on the outside corner to Bonifácio, and it's 1-2 now. Outfield around towards left, gray, and kind of somewhat threatening skies. Fastball inside, it's 2-2. A little bit of a threat of rain. It is very dark looking down the left field line over towards the Foothill Mountains, and lightens up considerably as you look down the right field line. 2-2, swung on and fouled down the left field side, well out of play. And it stays even at 2-2 on Bonifácio. Quakes wearing the home whites tonight. White tank tops, white pants, black undershirts, black caps, and black shoes and socks. There's the 2-2 to Bonifácio. Check swing. They'll appeal to first, and they say one around, and Bonifácio strikes out swinging as Adenhart gets a little help from the first base umpire, and that is strike 3. And one away here in the top of the first. Lancaster decked out in the bright purple road tops today. Purple tops, gray pants, the black caps, and the black shoes and socks. 2 up for the JetHawks. Here's Chris Ryal in from the right side. No score here in the first. Bouncing ball over a leaping Nick Adenhart. Charging in from short. Sean Rodriguez in front of the second base bag. He gets his man. Score that one 6-3. Nicely done by Sean Rodriguez. And that is the first out here in the top of the first. Excuse me, second out here in the top of the first. So now here's Brandon Burgess, another switch hitter in from the left side. And the fastball, they called strike 1. Finish up those numbers on Nick Adenhart for you. 20 strikeouts in 27 2/3, 9 walks, and a .269 opponent's batting average. 0-1, swung on and line foul down the left field side. Missed the chalk by maybe a couple of feet, did Brandon Burgess. And Nick Adenhart has him on the ropes, 0-2. Brandon Burgess hitting .272 this year for Lancaster. 19 home runs and 56 runs batted in. 0-2, big curveball. And maybe missed a little bit high, but looked pretty good from here. Count goes to 1-2 on Brandon Burgess. The 1-2, off speed again, this time outside. Brett Butler looking on from the third base coach's box, his first year as the Lancaster skipper. Damon Mayshore coaching over there at first base for the JetHawks. And now, a quick timeout called as Michael Collins, the catcher, will go out for a talk with Adenhart. Take a look at how the Quakes line up defensively behind Adenhart. In the outfield, Drew Toussaint in left, Josh LeBlanc in center, and Cody Fuller is in right. So Toussaint, LeBlanc, and Fuller left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second. The 2-2 curveball missed outside. And it's full now on Burgess, 3-2. On the infield for the Quakes, Freddy Sandoval at third, Sean Rodriguez at short. On the right side, Nate Sutton plays second, Cliff Remley is at first. And the catcher is Michael Collins. Here's the 3-2 home. Fastball swung on and fouled back by Brandon Burgess. And we'll do it again with the count at 3-2. Caesar Nicholas waiting on deck for the JetHawks. There's the 3-2. Fastball outside, and that's ball 4. So Nick Adenhart, after getting ahead in the count 0-2 on Brandon Burgess, looked like he threw a curveball for strike 3, did not get the call, and ends up throwing 3 balls after that. And Burgess walks with 2 away to keep this first inning going. Here's Caesar Nicholas, listed as number 3 on the roster, but wearing number 13 tonight. The fastball down and into Nicholas for ball 1. field a little bit around towards right on Nicholas. He's hitting .298, 8 home runs, and 50 runs batted in. Adenhart from the stretch. Slides home to the plate, and the fastball inside. 2 balls and no strikes, and this is now 6 straight balls from Nick Adenhart. Stadium lights already on here at the Epicenter. And already providing a fair amount of difference. There's a fastball down low. Now 3-0 on Nicholas. Lancaster is a banged-up ball club right now, as Brett Butler, the skipper for the JetHawks, really has 2 available position players. He's got Richard Mercado, the backup catcher, available. There's a ground ball to the third baseman, Freddy Sandoval. He'll field it going to his left and get the force out on Burgess at second. For that one, 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Cesar Nicholas swinging away 3-0, grounds out to end the inning. So no harm done after that 2-out walk by Adenhart. In the top of the first for the JetHawks. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 is left. To the bottom of the first we go. Score Lancaster 0, and the Quakes coming up.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere at the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Of the first here in Rancho Cucamonga. No score in this one, and the right-hander A.J. Shappy finishing up his warm-up tosses for Lancaster. Let's take a look at how the Quakes will line up against Shappy. Rancho Cucamonga 15-19 in the second half. Quakes 4.5 games behind first place Lake Elsinore. And the Quakes 47-57 overall, leading things off for Rancho Cucamonga, the second baseman Nate Sutton. Then it's the third baseman Freddy Sandoval, and the shortstop Sean Rodriguez will hit third. Michael Collins in the cleanup spot. He's the catcher tonight. Cliff Remily, the first baseman, protects him in the 5-hole. Then batting sixth and playing right field, the hot-hitting Cody Fuller. In the bottom third of the order, Pat Riley is the DH. She will bat seventh. Hitting eighth and playing left field is Drew Toussaint. And rounding things out in the 9-hole, the center fielder, Josh LeBlanc. So again for the Quakes, Sutton, Sandoval, and Rodriguez. Collins, Remily, and Fuller, followed by Riley, Toussaint, and LeBlanc. And the starter for Rancho Cucamonga, of course, is the right-hander, Nick Adenhart. So there's a look at the starting lineups. Now we'll take a look at A.J. Shappy as he's ready to go. Nate Sutton in from the left side, and the first offering from the right-hander on the outside corner for a called strike one. A.J. Shappy from Yorba Linda, California, a 9th-round pick out of Cal Riverside back in 2004. So he's very familiar with this area. There's a swing and a line drive deep down the right field line. John Durang going back on it. Going to have to play this one off the wall. Extra bases for Nate Sutton. He'll stop at second with a stand-up double. Welcome home, A.J. Shappy. A double on the second pitch of the game for Nate Sutton, and the Quakes in business here in the bottom of the first. For Nate Sutton, his 9th double of the year. And now here's Freddy Sandoval, the third baseman. A.J. Shappy, 6'2" and 195 pounds. He is 23 years old. Split time last year between the South Bend Silverhawks in the Midwest League and the Lancaster JetHawks. First offering is Freddy Sandoval, swung on and lifted foul off to the left, and the count 0-1. Well, we mentioned in the pregame show, Shappy began this year 0-5. Since then has won 7 out of his last 8 decisions. Now that includes back-to-back wins in his last 2 starts. So on the year, Shappy 7-6 with a 5.96 earned run average, and this is his 21st relief, 21st start of the year. There's a fastball up high, and the count 1-1 on Sandoval. Shappy has worked 108 2/3 innings, has given up 72 earned runs and 152 hits in 108 plus. Opponents are hitting .331 against him. 1-1. Change up outside. 2 balls and a strike. Shappy not overpowering. 57 strikeouts in 108 2/3, but only 29 walks. So right around a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks. As he works from the stretch now. 2-1. Fastball missed outside, and it's 3 balls and a strike on Freddy Sandoval. Sandy hitting .275 this year for the Quakes, 4 homers and 39 runs batted in. He is also the team leader with 44 walks on the season. He's on the verge of drawing number 45, ahead in the count 3-1. Here it is from Shappy, up high. That is indeed ball 4. First walk given up by A.J. Shappy. And the Quakes in business now. 2 on and nobody out for the all-star shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. And Rodriguez only the team leader in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. With some words of advice from his shortstop, Derek Bruce. Now everybody's back ready to go. There's Rodriguez in from the right side. First offering, a curveball. That's a called strike 1. Sean Rodriguez this year hitting .311. This is his 100th game of the season. Team leader in that department. 20 home runs, 67 runs batted in. Outfield straight away and deep on him. 0-1. In on the hands. Jammed with a slow roller. Bobbled by the third baseman, Brandon Burgess, to second for 1. And they're going to say safe at second is Freddy Sandoval. As they say that Bonifácio came off the bag. So it's going to be an error on the second baseman, Bonifácio. That's what it'll be. So a double, a walk, and now an error on Bonifácio. And the Quakes have the bases loaded. And nobody out for Michael Collins. Fastball in the outside corner, and the count 0-1. Let's set up Lancaster defensively for you. In the outfield, Jeremy Millens in left, Chris Ryal in center, and John Zarang in right. So Millens, Ryal, and Zarang, left to right in the outfield. Give you the infield in just a second. Corners are in, middle infield back. 0-1, swung on and missed as Collins couldn't catch up to the slider. And it's 0-2 now. On the infield for Lancaster, Brandon Burgess, an outfielder by trade, has been pressed into duty at third base. Derek Bruce is playing short. On the right side, Bonifácio at second, Cesar Nicholas at first, and the catcher is Josh Ford. Collins hitting .298 this year. 7 homers, 66 RBIs. The 0-2 laid off of a nice curveball down in the dirt. Wanted to swing at that one and thought better of it. And that one did indeed miss down low. So 1-2 now the count. No score here in the bottom of the first, but the Quakes could change that in a hurry. Base is loaded and nobody out. Here's the 1-2 inside. That one hit Michael Collins, and that'll force in a run. As Collins picks up his 67th RBI of the year, Sutton comes home, and the Quakes on top, 1-0. Michael Collins hit by a pitch for the 24th time this year, and it results in his 67th RBI. He is tied with Sean Rodriguez in that department now. Forces in a run and keeps the bases loaded. Still nobody out. And let's see what Cliff Remily can do. First pitch swinging. Slow chopper to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas. He'll come home, and they'll get the force on Freddy Sandoval. That'll be a fielder's choice. Sandoval out on the play 3-2. Everybody else moving up 90 feet, so bases loaded and now one away. So Remily aboard on the fielder's choice. And here's Cody Fuller. Cody Fuller had himself a nice road trip. Hit 360 on that road trip, including a 3-for-4 night last night. First pitch swinging and a slow chopper up the middle. Bad hop on Bonifácio. Knocks it down with his glove, but all hands are safe. That'll be an infield RBI single for Cody Fuller, and the Quakes on top 2-0. Nothing that Emilio Bonifácio could do about that one. That ball had some wicked spin on it and just ate up Bonifácio. He came charging in, going to his right a little bit, and that ball, once it took the second hop, kicked and took a hard left on Bonifácio, and there was nothing he could do about it. Did well to knock it down with his glove. So Rodriguez comes in to score for Cody Fuller, his 30th RBI of the season. Now the bases are still loaded, still only one out, and here's Pat Riley, the DH. First pitch swinging. Ground ball to Burgess. Bobbled by him again, and he's going to have to eat it. All hands are safe. Collins comes in, and it is 3-0. So Brandon Burgess, the outfielder, has had a couple of balls hit to him over there at third base and has bobbled both of them. So Riley aboard on the error by Burgess.
Oh, no, you can't do no play. I think he would have gone home.
Here's Drew Toussaint taking a curveball for a strike, and the count 0-1. I don't think Riley gets an RBI on that. I think they probably could have gone home. I don't know. We'll check on that. I don't think Pat Riley gets an RBI on that play. Toussaint takes another strike, and the count 0-2. So Quakes up 3-0 here in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded. Only one out. Toussaint, the eighth man to hit in this inning. Now here's a pitch down and away. Sneaking through the legs of Josh Ford, and a wild pitch will bring in another run. A.J. Shappy throws a wild pitch. Cliff Remily comes in to score, and the Quakes now lead it 4-0. So Remily scores. Cody Fuller goes to third. Pat Riley goes to second. And count 1-2 on Drew Toussaint. 1-2, fastball outside. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Look at how the Quakes have gotten the runs here. A double, and this is just what they've done in order. A double, a walk, an error to load the bases with nobody out. Then Collins hit by a pitch to force in a run. Remily reached on a fielder's choice. Fuller with a bad hop infield single. That's one outside, and it's full of 3-2. Then Pat Riley reaches on an error. That forces in a run. And then Shappy throws a wild pitch, and that brings in a run. There's the 3-2. Fastball outside, and that's ball 4. So Toussaint walks, and that will reload the bases. And still only one out. Here's Josh LeBlanc, and the Quakes have batted around. And I'm really surprised that the pitching coach, Jeff Pico, hasn't gone out to say anything to A.J. Chappie in the form of encouragement. Big inning with the potential to get bigger. And Toussaint was behind in the count there, 0-2. Ends up drawing the walk. Now LeBlanc in from the left side, takes the fastball for a strike. The count 0-1. It's off to a big start here in the bottom of the first. 4-0. The 0-1 to LeBlanc. Pops up, back over the screen. This one should get into the seat. Big hop, right behind Aftershock. And will make the play on that one. And the count 0-2 on JV. LeBlanc hitting .221, 2 homers, and 25 runs batted in. The 0-2 swung on and fouled off to the left, and we'll do it again. Fuller, the runner at third. Riley at second. Toussaint first. Here's the ground ball pulled inside the first base bag. Fair ball down the right field line. Remily is home. Fuller around third. He will score a 2-run double for Josh LeBlanc. Now, where's LeBlanc going? LeBlanc was trying to go up to third, and they'll tag out Drew Toussaint, who had nowhere to go. And Josh LeBlanc saw the ball rolling around in foul ground on the first base side, but there was no chance for Toussaint to move up. And LeBlanc just took off for third, not knowing what he was doing. So LeBlanc will get credit for a 2-run double down the right field line. That does make it 6-0. And for LeBlanc, it is RBIs 26 and 27. Fuller scores. Riley scores. And here's Nate Sutton as the Quakes have sent 10 men to the plate here in the bottom of the first. I'm not even sure how Toussaint is out on that one. Now here's Sutton with a swing and a drive down the right field line. This one will land fair. Fair ball down in the right field corner. It's a ground rule double for Nate Sutton as it bounced once and went over the Daily Bulletin sign there in the right field corner. Sutton with his second double of the night, second double of the inning. And the Quakes are on top 7-0. For Sutton, his 32nd RBI of the year. And his 10th double. Here's Sandoval, fastball down low, and the count 1-0. As for how Toussaint is out, we'll go 9-3-5. We'll say Zerang to Nicholas to Burgess. Sounds close enough, you know. There's the 1-0 to Freddy Sandoval in the air to center field. Playable for Chris Ryal as he'll drift in and put it away, and that will do it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the first. But how about your Rancho Cucamonga? 7 runs on 4 hits that were helped by 2 Lancaster errors, a couple of walks, and a wild pitch to also score a run. 7 runs on 4 hits. Sutton had 2 doubles, including an RBI, and Josh LeBlanc a 2-run double as well. 7 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 1 left. To the second we go, and the Quakes in command of this one, 7-0.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here. Hey, baby.
Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Top of the second here in Rancho Cucamonga. The Quakes have a 7-0 lead as Jeremy Millens will lead off with a single to left field on an 0-1 fastball from Nick Adenhart. And Lancaster with a base runner to start things here in the top of the second. Millens, Ford, and then Javier Brito, 5, 6, and 7. Due up Ford, Lancaster. As Josh Ford, the former Baylor Bear, will stand in from the right side. Right-hander against right-hander. Nick Adenhart from the stretch here, Fastball outside and the count 1-0. Josh Ford got off to that horrible start. He was 1 for 25 to start this season. Slowly but surely has raised that average up to 286 on the year. 4 homers and 35 RBIs. There's a swing and a high chopper to the left side of the infield. Be gloved in foul territory by Freddy Sandoval. And the count is even now 1-1. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by Chili's Bar and Grill in Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 10598 Foothill Boulevard. Enjoy the atmosphere inside or the convenience of Chili's to go. That's Chili's. Live a little. Have the ADD fans in front of us. Pete Marshall, you're a good man. You've got more patience for them than I do. Oh, dear. And he's back. Popped it over to first, and Mel is back standing on. Wow. So count 1-1 on Josh Ford. There's a swinging ball foul right at the plate. It's 1-2. It's all about the fans, folks. It's all about the fans. It's also all about the Quakes having a 7-0 lead here in the top of the second. Gotta like that. 7 runs in the first. I believe that ties a season high for the Quakes, unless they got 8 in an inning one time. Can't quite remember. We'll go to the Rusty Trusty media notes, and here's a fastball up and in, and that one hits Josh Ford. So Ford hit by the pitch. And that had to make Brett Butler's heart skip a beat right there again. Lancaster has 2 healthy players on the bench. They have Richard Mercado, the backup catcher. And who else do they have? They may only have 1. I guess if Carlos Gonzalez had to play in a pinch, he could. But Gonzalez may or may not have post-concussion syndrome. He got hit in the head by a pitch in the game yesterday against Inland Empire. Rusty Ryal is out for the rest of the year. He broke his thumb. Curveball down the way to Javier Brito, who's in from the right side, and the count 1-0. I mean, Lancaster is in bad shape. Well, they can't afford to have somebody get hit by a pitch and get knocked out of this ball game. There's the 1-0 from Adenhart. Fastball down low, 2 balls and no strike. Javier Brito batting .307. 8 home runs and 28 runs batted in. Swung on and fouled into the seats off to our right. Takes a big carom and barehanded grab by Fan over there. And it is 2-1 now on Brito. 2 on, nobody out for Lancaster here in the top of the second. Quakes up 7-0. Right-hander against right-hander. Adenhart from the stretch, the 2-1. Fastball right at the knees. And it is even up at 2-2. Clouds looking like they're maybe dissipating a little bit. Still very dark. You look out to left field, however. 2-2 downstairs. And it's full on Brito, 3-2. Pitch from Adenhart. Swung on and fouled off to the right. That one out of play. We'll do it again with Brito at the plate. Jeremy Millen led off this inning with a single. Josh Ford then hit by a pitch. They're aboard with nobody out here in the top of the second. There's a 3-2 from Adenhart. In the air, right field. Hit pretty well. Fuller going back on it. On the warning track, he will have room. Tagging up from second and headed to third is Jeremy Millen. Brito flies out to deep right field. Millens moves up 90 feet. Now runners on the corners with 1 away. And here's Derek Bruce, the shortstop. Bruce, a solid shortstop. 279 hitter. Not a whole lot of pop. Only 1 home run in 190 at-bats this year for Bruce. 13 RBIs, but plays some pretty solid defense over there at the number 6 position. Outfield around towards right, looking for him to go the other way. Infielders hoping for a ground ball to get out of the inning. And a nice changeup swung on and missed by Bruce. The count 0-1. Adenhart throws 3 pitches primarily. Fastball and a curveball. And then you just saw the changeup right there. Puts that fastball right around probably anywhere between 89 and 91 for the most part. Down and away. It's 1-1 on Derek Bruce. With the old fake to third, fake to first. Nobody falling for that one. Everybody always groans when they see that one, and then everybody always cheers the 1% of the time that it actually works. Another change up and another swing and a miss by Bruce. And the count 1-2 now. Right-hander against right-hander, the 1-2. Fastball outside. And the count evens up at 2-2. And Quakes up 7-0 here in the top of the second. Here's a ground ball right to the shortstop, Rodriguez. Flips to Sutton for 1, on to first in time. 4-6-3 double play. And despite the leadoff single and then the hit batter, Lancaster turned away with nothing and likes it here in the top of the second. 6-4-3 the scoring on the twin killing. Rodriguez to Sutton to Remily, 6-4-3. And Adenhart gets out of the jam unharmed. Lancaster in the second, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left at third. To the bottom of the second we go. Quakes on top, 7-0.
Are you looking to buy a home? Do you have little or no money to put down? Have you been turned down before? Then discover the unlimited possibilities at Infinity Mortgage Capital Incorporated. We can help you find your dream home and list your current home. We feature rock-bottom rates, cash out for any reason, first and second mortgages, lines of credit, and no income verification. We're Infinity Mortgage Capital, and we can help no matter what your situation. Give us a call at 909-483-5000 or see us online at infinitymtg.com.
One of the most common types of pollution from businesses is contaminated water runoff, which carries oil, grease, or other chemicals that drip or spill onto the ground into the street. This water continues through our communities untreated until it reaches the Santa Ana River and eventually the ocean. Contaminated runoff from your business is a violation of local laws for which you could pay a fine. So please, sweep outside areas and put the debris in the trash. Never hose them down or sweep into the curb or storm drain. Make sure dumpsters have lids to reduce blow-away litter, and call your trash hauler to replace your dumpster if it leaks. Empty mop water and other dirty water into a mop sink or floor drain. Do not illegally dump the water outside. Use non-toxic cleaning products whenever possible. Dispose of all toxics such as pesticides and cleaning products through a hazardous waste hauler. These items are too toxic to trash. And obtain spill containment and cleanup kits for your business. For more information about stormwater pollution prevention, please call 800-CLEANUP or the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Of the second, and the Quakes with a 7-0 lead. They send 11 men to the plate back in the bottom of the first. So here in the second, it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Heart of the order in the form of Rodriguez, Collins, and Remily. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by the Outback Steakhouse of Ontario, located at 4492 Ontario Mills Parkway, just across from the Ontario Mills Mall. Outback Steakhouse of Ontario is the home of the world-famous Bloomin' Onion. At Outback, no rules, just right. So Sean Rodriguez will lead things off. He reached on one of the 2 errors committed by Lancaster back in that first inning. And came around to score on the infield single by Cody Fuller. And Pitch is scoring along with us, folks. That run that Rodriguez scored on that infield single by Fuller, the only earned run charged to A.J. Shappy there in that first inning. Opens up with a curveball to Rodriguez. The called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. So 7 runs against Shappy in the first. 1 is earned. Just atrocious defense by Lancaster. Here's a swing and a ball ripped out towards left field. Millen's going back on the warning track, looking up. Got to play this one off the wall. It'll be a double for Sean Rodriguez. He slides into second ahead of the throw. And the Quakes right back where they left off in the bottom of the first. Rodriguez leading things off with a double here in the second. For Sean Rodriguez, his team leading 25th double of the year. There's Collins in from the right side. Picked up his 67th RBI of the year back in the first inning. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Fouls this one off to the right, and the count 0-1. And those 7 runs in the first inning for the Quakes, 1 off of their season high. They scored 8 runs in an inning earlier this year. Still pretty darn good. Gets 7 runs in 1 team at bat. There's a fastball on the outside corner. That's 0-2 on Michael Collins. Collins, with those 67 RBIs, now tied with Sean Rodriguez for the team lead in that department. Collins had the lead for much of the season. And then Rodriguez just passed him probably a couple of weeks ago. Now they're tied up. 0-2. In on the hands and a broken bat roller to the shortstop, Derek Bruce, charging in, throw on the run. Not in time. It pulled Caesar Nicholas off the bag. And trying to decide if they go hit or an error on that. Derek Bruce, an error on that? Broken bat, slow roller? Going to come charging in? We'll see. They're giving Bruce an error. So that's the third error committed by Lancaster in this one. Rodriguez goes to third, and the Quakes have men on the corners with nobody out. And let's see what Cliff Remilly can do. First pitch swinging, high chopper up the middle. Backhanded by Bonifácio at second base, throws across the diamond to get the double play. Rodriguez comes in to score, no RBI for Cliff Remilly. 4-6-3 the scoring on that double play, as Rodriguez gives the Quakes an 8-0 lead. Excuse me, just 4-3 the scoring on that double play. So Bonifácio fielded it, stepped on the second base bag, and then got the out. So just a 4-3 double play for Bonifácio. Collins out for an assistant. Now the bases are empty. Here's Cody Fuller swinging a drive out towards left, but this will be playable for Jeremy Millen, as he'll put it away and straight away left field. Fuller gone, and that does it for the Quakes here in the bottom of the second. But the Quakes with another run on another hit, as Rodriguez led off with a double, comes in to score on the double play by Remilly. Another error charged to Lancaster. This time the shortstop Derek Bruce with a bad throw, and no runners are left. So a run, a hit, an error, and none left. To the third we go. Quakes on top, 8-0.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Pure energy.
Sheer excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Top of the third, Quakes on top 7-0. John Zarang going after the first pitch he gets, sends it deep out to right field, but Fuller is there to make the catch on the warning track. 1 pitch, 1 out for Nick Adenhart here in the top of the third. So Adenhart has made his first turn through the order now. No runs on a hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And he has also hit 1 batter. That was Josh Ford back in the second. Now here's Bonifácio, the leadoff man. Switch hitter in from the left side. He was that strikeout victim back in the first. And a fastball for a called strike 1 right here. Bonifácio having a heck of a year offensively. Just an absolute table setter at the top of this Lancaster lineup. One of the reasons that they are the highest scoring team in the league. Fastball outside, and it's 1-1. 1-1. Change-up swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. You kidding me? 3 times. And he's not even going to the PA booth like you told him to. He went back downstairs. Pete, you're going to be in trouble, man. went down, man. His dad didn't look like he was fooling around. When he wants information, he wants it. You may have to answer to an angry parent, man. The 2-2 to Bonifácio. This one down low, and it's full 3-2. Outfield straight away on Bonifácio, hitting .327 on the year. 3-2. Fastball outside, and that's ball 4. Second walk given up by Nick Adenhart tonight. And a one-out base runner for the JetHawks. And now is when you have to become concerned about Emilio Bonifácio turning that walk into a double. Bonifácio, easily the league leader in stolen bases with 42. The second place guy, Corey Wimberly, has 34. So Bonifácio, 8 steals ahead of second place. Swinging a ball fouled off on the first pitch seen by Chris Ryal. And the count 0-1. Ryal no slouch himself at the plate. .341 average. Second in the California League. Fastball inside, and it's 1-1. For that .341 average, tops among players who are still here. Because the only person with better batting average than Chris Ryal is Young Chi Chen from Inland Empire, and he was gone a while ago. So Ryal leading active players in batting average. Emilio Bonifácio, the runner over there at first, second among active players at .327. And fourth overall in the league. Fastball down low, 2-1. They count on Ryal. Well, .341, 10 homers, and 66 RBI. Fielders open for a double play ball again. Hot shot off the rolled-up tarp down the third base side. That'll carry him into left field. Drew Toussaint will chase it down and lob it over into the dugout. Actually, tried to toss that to one of the fans, and the fans dropped it, so Toussaint has to go all the way over to the wall to pick it up. Quakes up 8-0 here in the top of the third. There's the 2-2. Bonifácio on the run. This one fouled at the plate by Chris Ryal. And we'll do it again at 2-2. That's the type of style that Brett Butler likes to play. Get guys on and then start causing havoc on the base path. Hit and run or straight steals. Lancaster second in the league in stolen bases with 110. One fouled back by Ryal. We'll do it again, 2-2. Modesto, the only team with more stolen bases. The Nuts have 113. So the Quakes catchers, that trio of Collins, Duff, and Johnson will be getting a pretty good workout in these next few ball games. 3 here against Lancaster, and then the next 3 up at Modesto. The 2 teams that run the most in the entire California League. Another toss over to first, and Bonifácio back again. Bonifácio on the run again. 2-2. Lined into the gap in right center field. This will probably score a run. This will get all the way to the wall. Bonifácio will score easily. Chris Ryal motoring around second. Relay from Sean Rodriguez. Not in time. Maybe from Sutton. Not in time. A sliding triple for Chris Ryal, and Lancaster on the board. It is 8-1. For Chris Ryal, his 6th triple and his 67th run batted in of the year. Bonifácio scores. And Lancaster on the board now. And here's Brandon Burgess, the switch hitting third baseman. He's in from the left side. Walked back in the first. First pitch swinging and a ground ball on 2 hops to Sutton at second base. Picks, throws, got him. Score that one 4-3 and give Burgess an RBI as Ryal comes in to score. Quakes happy to trade a run for an out here in the third. That will clear the bases. Burgess gets his 57th RBI of the year. Caesar Nicholas with 2 away, and the base is empty. Quakes up 8-2. Nicholas 0 for 1. Head into a fielder's choice to end the first. Takes a fastball down low here. Now count a ball to no strike. Nicholas hitting .298, 8 homers, and 50 runs batted in. Time is called as Adenhart was getting ready to go into his motion. One up, fastball, down low, 2 balls and no strike. All the one, 2-0. There's a strike to need. 2-1, the count on Nicholas. Caesar Nicholas from Miami, Florida, 6'4", 230 pounds, 23 years old. There's the 2-1. Changeup downstairs. And it is 3 balls and a strike now. Dillon's waiting on deck. Good hitters count for Nicholas. 3-1. In the air to right field and right at Cody Fuller. Now he'll come in a few steps, put it away. Nicholas flies to right, and that will do it for Lancaster here in the top of the third. But the JetHawks do get on the board. 2 runs on 1 hit. Bonifácio walked, scored on the triple by Ryal, and Ryal scored on the ground out by Burgess. 2 runs a hit, no errors, and none left. To the bottom of the third we go. Quakes still in command of this one on top, 8-2.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk in the other book, not the other book. Fences, gates, inline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, farm mail, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk in the other book. Let your fingers walk in the other book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
It's the bottom of the third here in Rancho Cucamonga, and the Quakes with an early 8-2 lead. That's what happens when you get 7 runs in the first and 1 in the second. Lancaster came back with 2 in the top half of the third. So here in the bottom of the inning, bottom third of the order for the Quakes, Riley, Toussaint, and LeBlanc, 7, 8, and 9. Against the right-hander, A.J. Shappy. Matt Riley reached on an error back in the first, then came around to score. So he officially is 0 for 1. In from the left side. Fastball down and in from A.J. Shappy, and the count, a ball and no strikes. Outfield straight away on Pat Riley, former Arizona Wildcat. 1-0. Change up, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Riley, 6 feet tall and 190 pounds. He's from Sparks, Nevada originally. Played on the same high school team as Quakes closer Kevin Jepson. Here's a swing and a line drive down the right field line, trying to stay fair, and it'll hook foul. Count goes to 2-1. Folks, do finally have the umpires for you. Sorry for the delay in this. So Jeff Lascola is calling the balls and strikes. Mike Jarbo is on the base path. Tried to call the Red Roof Inn where the umpires are before the game, and one of them wasn't answering, and they said the other one hadn't checked in, which is impossible because they travel together. There's a ground ball foul outside of first, and it's 2-2 now. And then I forgot about it and didn't think to ask again until about 6:45, and we just didn't get him until the game was going on. So apologize about that, but Jeff Lascola behind the plate and Mike Jarbo on the bases. Those are the umpires tonight. So count 2-2 on Pat Riley. PR hitting .255, 7 homers, 40 RBIs. Change up in the air to center field and playable for Chris Ryal. Started in, now going back, now still going back, and hey, that ball's going to go all the way to the wall. Riley stumbles around second. He'll stop there with a stand-up double. That ball short hopped the center field wall 400 feet away, and off the bat, it looked like Ryal was going to have to come in on it. So now the Quakes, for the third time tonight, have gotten a leadoff double. Sutton did it in the first with a double down the right field line. Rodriguez doubled off the wall in left to start the second, and now Riley with a two-base hit to straightaway center field to open things here in the third. And if Riley hadn't stumbled coming around second, it could have been a triple. Here's Drew Toussaint. First pitch swinging and a ground ball into the Quakes dugout there on the third base side. The count 0-1. For Pat Riley, his 14th double of the year. And now we'll see if Toussaint can bring him in. Drew walked back in the first. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball, and the count 0-2 now. Drew from Compton, California, 13th round pick out of Southern back in 2004. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. John Zarang will come in and get it back to the infield, as holding at third is Pat Riley, but Toussaint will then knock the opposite way to right. And the Quakes now with men on the corners and nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Fans, we have just passed the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
So we're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball right here on AM 1370 KWRM, Corona, California.
So men on the corners, nobody out, and here's Josh LeBlanc, who had a 2-run double and scored a run back in the first. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Chappie from the stretch. First pitch, a fastball swung on and fouled back to the screen by LeBlanc. It's 0-1. Josh LeBlanc hitting .221, 2 homers, and now 27 RBIs after that 2-run double back in the first. 0-1. This one in the air, right center field, and hit pretty well, although Chris Ryal should have a play on this one. He will make the catch in right center field. Tagging up from third and coming home to score is Pat Riley. A sacrifice fly for Josh LeBlanc, and the Quakes now on top 9-2. So LeBlanc with his third RBI of the night. He now has 28 on the year. And for the third time in 3 innings, here's Nate Sutton, the leadoff man. Sutton batted twice in the first and doubled both times. Scored to begin the inning, then had an RBI to account for the 7th run there in the first. First pitch swinging. Here's a bouncing ball into right field. That'll be a single for Nate Sutton. Stopping at second is Drew Toussaint. And Nate Sutton 3 for 3 in the first 3 innings. That's now 8 hits for the Quakes. 9 runs on 8 hits. No errors for Rancho Cucamonga. Lancaster 2 runs, 2 hits, and 3 errors. And here's Freddy Sandoval in from the left side. Sandoval, a switch hitter, has walked and fly to center. First pitch swinging, ground ball right to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas, to second for 1, and no relay coming from the shortstop, Derek Bruce, as he faked the throw to first. So Nate Sutton forced out at second on a 3-6 fielder's choice. Freddy Sandoval takes Sutton's spot over there at first. And going to third is Drew Toussaint. So men on the corners. 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Quakes leading 9-2. And let's see if Sean Rodriguez can do some damage for the Quakes. Rod has been aboard twice. Reached on an error and scored in the first. Then doubled to lead off the second and came around to score as well. Rodriguez calls time and steps out. Onside target from Josh Ford. Curveball fouled off to the right. Will be a souvenir for somebody, and the count 0-1 as it rattles around in the seats. Remember, this is just game 1 of a 3-game series. Big night tomorrow night on Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Quakes will wear the special pink jerseys. Sean Rodriguez was asking me about that today. He was like, hey, we've got pink socks, right? I said, yeah, we got pink socks. I said, all right. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. He said, we couldn't wear black socks. He said, that just wouldn't look very good. He's like, we're going to wear a pink jersey. We've got to wear pink socks. I said, Sean, don't worry about it. We thought about this contingency. We got you covered. So we will auction off the pink jerseys. Can't do anything about the pink socks. Swung on and fouled off to the right. And we'll do it again, 0-2. And Fernando Rodriguez came up to me earlier today and said, hey, I'm going to be charting tomorrow, so I can't wear my pink jersey, but can you snag me a pair of the pink socks? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? We're showing a lot of interest in the pink socks down in the clubhouse. Here's the 0-2, curveball outside, and it's 1-2. A lot of the staff is going to be wearing pink. I'm going to be wearing my pink Boston Red Sox cap that Dan Letarte got for me. Ryan Leahy's high school coach hooking me up with some sweet, sweet swag. Pink Boston Red Sox cap and a book about Robin Yount from the Brewers. That's everything you need right there. 1-2, fastball down and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two on, 2 out. Quakes up by 7 here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 to Rodriguez. Foul back off to our right and out of play. And it stays 2-2. Toussaint, the runner at third. Sandoval, the man at first. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swappy from the stretch, 2-2 on the way, popped him up. Shallow right field, could be trouble going out to second baseman Bonifácio, and with all his speed, he'll make that a relatively easy play. Although off the bat, that could have been trouble, but Bonifácio tracks it down in fair territory down the right field line. Rodriguez retired, and that does it for the Quakes into third, but a run on 3 more hits for the Quakes. Riley led off with a double, went to second on a single, and scored on the sacrifice fly by Josh LeBlanc. A run, 3 hits. No errors, 2 are left. We're a third of the way through this ballgame. Go to the fourth with the Quakes in control, 9-2.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Chuck Benson at 626-967-0595 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
A ball player's job at the plate is to knock the stuffing out of the ball. If your living room furniture looks like it's been used for batting practice, it's time to visit Cherry Blossom Furniture Collections. You can choose a piece from our showroom or let us custom build one just for you. Whether it's for your home or office, you're sure to appreciate our pride in craftsmanship. For quality that's built to last a lifetime, you can count on Cherry Blossom Furniture Collections. For information, give us a call at 909-947-9506.
You know, the goal of baseball is to get home quickly. The last thing you want to see is some player lollygagging around third when there's going to be a close play at the plate. Well, Farmer John feels the same way about ham, bacon, sausage, and hot dogs. You know, all Farmer John products are made fresh right here in the Southland. That way, they get to your home as quickly as possible, and it's a short slide into the plate. That's your plate at home. No home plate. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Top of the fourth here at the epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, and Jeremy Millens takes the fastball for a called strike one from Nick Adenhart. Curve down low. It's even at 1-1. Millens, Ford, and Brito 5, 6, and 7 for Lancaster here in the top of the fourth. Quakes leading 9-2. Right-hander against right-hander. Adenhart with a nice changeup and a big swing and a miss by Millens. The ball and 2 strikes now. Millens singled to lead off the second, but was left stranded at third base. Derek Bruce it into a double play to end the inning. 1-2. Fastball up high and off the webbing of the glove of Michael Collins. I'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield straight away against Jeremy Millens. The curveball swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. Michael Collins will pick it up, throw down to first to complete the strikeout. Second K of the evening for Nick Adenhart, and the leadoff man gone here in the top of the fourth. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by our good friends at Romano's Macaroni Grill, located here in Rancho Cucamonga at 10742 Foothill Boulevard. Choose from more than 35 Italian specialties. Romano's Macaroni Grill, all the Italian you need to know. Here's Josh Ford. He's in for the right side. Hit by a pitch. Back in the second inning. See what the former Baylor Bear can do this time. Curveball, strike from Nick Adenhart. Nice pitch, and the count 0-1. Ford from Baytown, Texas, 6'2", 235 pounds. Fastball inside, and it's even now at 1-1. Curveball again. This one down low, and it is 2 balls and a strike. Ford hitting .286 this year. There's the 2-1. Ground ball slapped to the second baseman, Nate Sutton. Kick, throws, got him. 4-3, the score right there. Routine for Sutton. There are 2 gone here in the fourth. Now Nick Adenhart has retired 4 in a row, and Nick Adenhart kind of starting to slip into a recognizable pattern with the Quakes, that if teams are going to get to him, it needs to be early. Because once he settles down and locks in, you're going to be in for a long night at the plate. There's Javier Brito in from the right side. Fastball downstairs. Count a ball and no strikes. Brito was originally scheduled to play right field tonight. Then was a late scratch before game time. And he and John Zarang switched positions. Brito became the DH, and Zarang got put into right field. Soft liner foul down the right field side, and the count even now at 1-1 on Brito. 1-1 to Brito. Nice changeup. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. I tell you what, Nick Adenhart has that changeup working as well as I've seen it this year. Fastball's coming in at 90, 91. Changeup's coming on around 80 or 81. This one down and away, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Then you tack on that plus curveball as well for Nick Adenhart, and got all 3 pitches working tonight. Quakes up 9-2 here in the top of the 4th. There's the 2-2 curveball, swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. And it looks like Nick Adenhart is starting to lock in. A 1-2-3 inning for Adenhart, strikes out a pair, and he has now retired 5 in a row. Lancaster goes in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Quakes all over Lancaster, 9-2.
The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is back. Get 4 club seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, a Quakes baseball, 2 Boomers miniature golf passes, 2 Cold Stone Creamery buy 2 get 2 free coupons, and a voucher for a free on-demand movie from Charter Media. All for just $38. The Charter Media Friday Family Fun Pack is available May 26th, June 16th, June 30th, and August 25th. For more information, call the Quakes ticket office at 909-481-5252.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom of the 4th, and middle of the order due up for the Quakes. Rancho Cucamonga is on top here, 9-2. Michael Collins will lead things off. He'll be followed by Cliff Remley and then Cody Fuller, 4, 5, and 6. Collins has been aboard twice tonight. Once when he was hit by a pitch, the other time he reached on an error. And has scored and has picked up an RBI, swing and a miss on the curveball right there from A.J. Shappy, and the count 0-1. Shappy from the windup. This one swung on and fouled back close to the roof, and it'll end up on the roof. Fans were hoping it was going to get down. Instead, it rolls away, and the count 0-2. Take a look at what's going on around the big leagues, why don't we? A lot of action. Trade deadline getting close. 0-2. Curveball down and away. And it's a ball and 2 strikes. My beloved Milwaukee Brewers made a pair of moves. Here's a bouncing ball left side, backhanded by Bruce. Long throw from the hole. It's short. And it's just in time to get Michael Collins. 6-3 the scoring. Good play there by Bruce, and that's 1 away. Milwaukee traded one of the biggest names already today, Carlos Lee. He's going to the hitter's haven of Ameriquest Field in Texas. He got shipped to the Rangers. And Milwaukee, in return, got Kevin Mensch, Lance Nix, and Francisco Cordero. Down low there, the count 1-0. Francisco Cordero, of course, well known for throwing the chair into the stands when fans were heckling it. Where is that, Oakland, that he did that? Or was that at home? No, it wasn't at home. There's a ground ball right to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas. He'll take it to the bag himself. One first baseman to the other. Cliff Remley grounds out 3 unassisted. And there are 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Quakes leading 9-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. See what Cody Fuller can do. 1 out at 2. RBI single in the first and a run scored. First pitch swinging here, and he popped it up. Third base side, Brandon Burgess drifting from foul ground back into fair ground will make the catch at third. Fuller pops up, and a 1-2-3 inning turned in by A.J. Shappy here in the bottom of the 4th. Quakes go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none left. To the 5th we go. Quakes on top, 9-2.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Nice floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you guys should have come down here.
Hey, baby. Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
One of the most common types of pollution from business.
It's the top of the 5th here in Rancho Cucamonga, and the Quakes on top 9-2. 0-1, the count on Derek Bruce as he fouled away the first pitch he got from Adenhart. Now a fastball inside, and he's even had a ball and a strike. Bruce, Zarang, and Bonifácio, 8-9-1. 2 up for the JetHawks here in the top of the 5th. Big curveball on the outside corner, and it is 1-2 now. Derek Bruce from Clarkston, Washington. The 1-2 curveball, rounded to the left side, backhanded by Rodriguez. Lot on the throw, and he gets his man. Score that one 6-3, and 6 straight out for Nick Adenhart. 1 away here in the top of the 5th. Fans want to pass along some get well soon wishes to our good friend Tony Trotter. He's in the hospital, the cousin of Joshua Stouter, one of our producers and directors tonight. So Josh wanted to pass along his best wishes and his hopes for a speedy recovery to Tony Trotter, and we certainly want to echo those. So Tony, get well soon, buddy. We'll see you out here at the epicenter. As John Zarang takes a curveball in the inside corner. That one missed a little bit inside, and the count 1-0. Zarang with a chopper, left side, backing up on a Rodriguez. Got to put a lot on the throw again, and the stretch at first gets the job done. Cliff Remley just barely kept his foot on the bag right there, as Rodriguez has made a couple of nice, strong throws from in the hole at short. And back-to-back 6-3 groundouts open things here in the top of the 5th. That's now 7 straight outs for Nick Adenhart. And here's Emilio Bonifácio, who has walked, scored, and struck out in 2 trips tonight. First pitch swing. Line drive foul down the left field side, and the count 0-1. But yeah, what we were talking about earlier, the Brewers traded Carlos Lee. Kevin Mensch, Lance Nix, and Francisco Cordero. And we did confirm that Cordero threw the chair into the seats in Oakland. 0-1. Changeup swung on and missed. And it is 0-2 now. Then the Brewers also made another deal, a blockbuster, where they acquired David Bell from the Phillies. How could the Phillies part with David Bell for a low Class A right-hander? Curveball down low, and it's 1-2. Brewers traded a right-hander from the minor league system I'd never even heard of, and that's saying something, because I follow that Brewers minor league system like a hawk. There's the 1-2. Curveball called. Strike 3 at the knees. Bonifácio goes down looking. 4 strikeouts for Nick Adenhart. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings and 8 straight outs for Nick Adenhart. JetHawks in the 5th go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Halfway through to the bottom of the 5th we go. Quakes in control, 9-2.
Thinking of buying a home or refinancing? At America's Lending, we know what it takes to meet all your home loan needs. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or you're refinancing, our creative loan consultants will find what best fits your needs, even for those with less than perfect credit. Call Charles Fisher with America's Lending at 909-758-5120 or find out more online at freecalifornialoansecrets.com. That's America's Lending. We do deals others can't touch.
Everyone wants a healthy lawn and garden. However, fertilizer works better and is more cost-effective when used properly. By following the directions on the package and making sure water does not run off your property, you can keep fertilizer from washing away. Water that runs off your lawn or garden flows into the gutter and drains directly into the Santa Ana River, carrying excess fertilizer with it. Any fertilizer that reaches local waterways pollutes the environment for people and aquatic life. Next time you use fertilizer, make the following choices to protect our environment, your pocketbook, and public health. Follow the directions on the product. More is not better. Extra fertilizer just gets washed off your lawn or garden. Avoid using fertilizer near ditches or gutters. When watering your lawn and garden, make sure water does not run into the street and carry fertilizer with it. Do not apply fertilizer before a rainstorm. Store fertilizers and chemicals in a covered area and in sealed containers. When it is time to dispose of leftover chemicals, call 1-800-253-2687 from the Household Hazardous Waste Collection Site near you. For more pollution prevention tips, please call the City of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-477-2740 extension 4060.
Bottom of the order for the Quakes. Rancho Cucamonga on top 9-2. As Riley, Toussaint, and LeBlanc are all due up against the right-hander, A.J. Shappy. Fans want to remind you, Quakes baseball brought to you in part by Round Table Pizza of Rancho Cucamonga. Bring in your Quakes ticket stub and get yourself a large one-topping pizza for just $10.99 plus tax. You can visit Round Table at 7201 Archibald Avenue or give them a call at 980-8040 for delivery. As Riley swings and foul tips the first pitch he gets from Shappy, and the count 0-1. Pat Riley has been aboard twice tonight. Reached on an error in the first, then doubled in the third, and has scored both times. Fastball down low. It's even up at 1-1. Swung on, fouled into the top row of seats off to our left. Count now 1-2. Just got word that another trade went down in the big leagues. Apparently, the Braves traded Wilson Betemit to the Dodgers and parted with one of their top prospects, Willie Ibar. Ground ball folds to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas. He takes it to the bag himself. 3 unassisted, the scoring right there. Riley retired for the first time tonight, and that's now 5 straight outs for A.J. Shappy. So here's Drew Toussaint. He has walked and singled. Toussaint hitting .241. 10 homers and 30 RBIs. They're swinging a pop-up on the first pitch. It'll carry out into right field. John Zarang underneath it. He'll make the catch to Song gone, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Quakes up 9-2. In case you joined us late, Quakes got 7 runs in the first, and only one of them was earned against A.J. Shappy. Now, if you're A.J. Shappy, not a whole lot you can do when you go out there and make some good pitches. We'll have a couple of errors committed behind you. Shappy walked 2 guys, threw a wild pitch to bring in a run. First pitch to LeBlanc, pulled right to the second baseman, Bonifácio. They'll pick a clean and throw out JB. 4-3 the score there, and a 1-2-3 inning turned in by A.J. Shappy. So Shappy has settled down a little bit. So has Nick Adenhart. Adenhart has retired 8 in a row, and Shappy has now gotten 7 straight outs. Quakes in the 5th, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 6th. Quakes leading 9-2.
The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the Epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
A few years ago, a small bank from Rancho Cucamonga started sending shockwaves through the banking industry. Vineyard Bank rolled through Southern California with a creative force that is changing the way we bank. We created small ripples at first, with innovative ways to move money quickly and effectively, where it would help businesses and families the most. Then our reputation grew stronger thanks to personal bankers with a can-do attitude committed to building lasting relationships. Vineyard Bank's financial performance was off the scale. A fast-growing bank with a rising stock. New, customer-friendly branches offering easy access to your money, opening throughout the Southland. Online banking on our award-winning website at www.vineyardbank.com. That's Vineyard Bank, proud to be your hometown bank, proud to support our hometown team. For more information, please call 1-800-442-4996. That's 1-800-442-4996.
It's the top of the 6th, and the Quakes in command of this one, 9-2. Fans, my name is Rob Sinclair. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your Friday night with us here on the Quakes Radio Network, along with my partners in crime, John Souter and Joshua Souter. Best in the business for a reason, folks. Very happy they're riding a shotgun with me tonight. And most of all, glad you folks are listening as well. Like Jay-Z said, you'll be anywhere in the world if you're here with me, and I appreciate that. As Chris Ryal goes after the first pitch and sends it right back through the box and into center field. A first pitch single for Ryal. That'll snap the run of 8 straight outs for Nick Adenhart. And the JetHawks with the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the 6th. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Esther Tacos in Upland. Serving authentic Mexican food 7 days a week. Esther's features tacos, burritos, quesadillas, and fajitas. Give them a call at 946-8111 for catering information, or swing by Esther Tacos on the corner of Foothill and Grove there in the Red Hill Shopping Center in Upland, and enter to win free Quakes tickets. Brandon Burgess is in from the left side. Took a fastball down low and the count of ball and no strikes. Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. Fastball downstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. See what this Braves-Dodgers trade was all about up at the big league level. Swing and a miss by Burgess. And the count 2-1. Okay, Atlanta got former Kinston Indian Danny Baez. That's who it was. And Willie Ibar from the Dodgers for Wilson Bedeman. Swing a ball foul down the left field side. It's even at 2-2. So the Braves already getting the pride and joy of Abrams, Wisconsin, Bob Wickman, to close things out. Now have Danny Baez to set up for him. Don't count out the Bravos, man. They could do some damage. They're in that wild card race. Swing and a miss by Burgess, and that is strike three. Chased a curveball down in the dirt and sits down. Fifth strikeout of the night for Nick Adenhart. He's gotten Bonifácio twice, Burgess, Millens, and Brito once. And here's Cesar Nicholas, the first baseman. Remember, this is just game one of a three-game series. Do it again tomorrow at 7:05. The Quakes send the right-hander Carl Jelena to the hill. Jelly, of course, coming off of the complete game 4-hit shutout his last time out. Here's a line drive into center field and a base hit for Cesar Nicholas. Stopping at second is Chris Ryal. And runners at first and second with one away here in the top of the sixth. Carl Jelena for the Quakes tomorrow. Esmerling Vasquez, a right-hander with an ERA of 6.81 for Lancaster tomorrow. As there is some action beginning in the Quakes bullpen. Aaron Pullen, the right-hander, getting warmed up. The 2 on, 1 out. Quakes up 9-2 here at the top of the sixth. And here's Jeremy Millens, who is 1 for 2. Singled and struck out. On the stretch, swung on and fouled off the top of the screen. And the count 0-1. Millens, the younger brother of Freddie Millens, wide receiver with the now Teolus Philadelphia Eagles. Change up down low and the count a ball on a strike. That's right, NFL training camps getting started here. I think my beloved Green Bay Packers open training camp tonight. I don't know if they got JetHawks signed in time or not. Fifth overall pick. Fastball outside. It's 2-1. A couple of training camps have already opened. Packers opting for the night practice tonight up at Lambeau. 2-1. Big curveball. Missed upstairs. And it's now 3-1 on Jeremy Millens. We're all at second. Nicholas at first with one away for Lancaster. 3-1. Here's a ground ball right to Rodriguez at short. Shovels to second for one. On to first in time. Just what the Quakes were looking for. A 6-4-3 double play. For the second time tonight, they go Rodriguez to Sutton to Remily. And Adenhart gets the twin killing to end the inning. For the second time, it also happened back in the second. 6-4-3 they go. Rodriguez to Sutton to Remily. And so much for a little mini threat by the JetHawks here in the sixth. No runs on a hit. No runs on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 is left. To the bottom of the sixth we go. Quakes all over the JetHawks, 9-2.
These days, getting the most from your dollar is more important than ever. That's why when it comes to home inspections, smart buyers call on First Watch Home Inspections. You'll find their commitment to your satisfaction makes them the right choice for all your inspection needs. Whether it's for your home or apartment, give them a call at 909-873-1196. That's First Watch Home Inspections, a proud member of the BBB and proud Quakes sponsor. They never stop working for you.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fish and tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, yellow book, not the other book. Dentists, gates, midline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bond there, wide well. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking, yellow book. Let your fingers do the walking.
at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
It's the bottom of the sixth, and A.J. Shappy still out there for the Lancaster JetHawks. Shappy suffered through that terrible bottom of the first when he gave up 7 runs, 6 of which were unearned. The Quakes have never trailed, never looked back in this one, on top 9-2. And here in the bottom of the sixth, top of the order for Rancho Cucamonga, with Sutton, Sandoval, and Rodriguez 1, 2, and 3. Nate Sutton in from the left side, 3 hits tonight in 3 tries. 2 of them are doubles. The other a single his last time up in the third. Fastball down low here from A.J. Shappy. The count 1-0. 1-0. Change up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Hey, here's the answer I was looking for. Looks like the Packers got A.J. Hawks signed and into camp on time. 2-0. Here's a ground ball. Hit hard to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas. Knocks it down, picks it up, and flips to Shappy covering first. Good job by Nicholas to stay with it, and good hustle by Shappy to get off the mound and cover the first base bag. 3-1 the scoring right there. And Sutton retired for the first time tonight. It's not bad to be A.J. Hawk right now. He just married Laura Quinn, the beautiful sister of Brady Quinn, who is the star quarterback at Notre Dame, and now apparently signed a 6-year, $37.5 million contract. There's ball on the outside corner to Freddy Sandoval. The count 0-1. On the outside corner. And the count, I believe, 0-2, although the scoreboard is showing 1-1. Figure out who's correct. 0-2 is the count. There it is from Shappy. Curveball just missed inside. And it's now 1-2. On the ground, 1 out to the second baseman, Bonifácio. They'll throw out Sandoval. 4-3 the scoring right there. I'll tell you what, A.J. Shappy has now set down 9 in a row. Well, just in such a big hole that it's almost a foregone conclusion that he's going to end up being saddled with his 7th loss of the year tonight. So see what Sean Rodriguez can do. Quakes up 9-2. Rodriguez has scored 2 of those runs for the Quakes. Every Quake has scored a run except for Sandoval and Toussaint. To strike on Rodriguez, and the count 0-1 on the curveball. Swung on, and a ground ball right to the shortstop, Derek Bruce. He'll throw out his counterpart, Sean Rodriguez. 3 ground ball outs for the Quakes here in the bottom of the 6th, and A.J. Shappy has now retired 10 in a row as he has worked 1, 2, 3 innings in the middle third of this ballgame. Quakes in the 6th, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 7th, and the Quakes on top 9-2.
You wouldn't want your favorite sports team to only play offense or only play defense. So when it comes to insurance, why settle for someone that can handle only your auto policy? Bring your home and auto insurance to Allstate now, and you can save big on both. You deserve someone that can assist you more. That's Allstate stand. Are you in good hands? Hey, sports fans, call Allstate agent Diane Combs at 909-986-1257 today. Subject to availability and qualifications, Allstate Insurance Company, Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company, and Allstate Indemnity Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey fans, are you looking for the ultimate in custom home theater? There's one company in town that features everything, from the outrageous to the affordable, in audio-video equipment. It's Custom Home Technologies, your home theater experts. We feature the latest in multi-room systems, including whole house audio-video, home theater systems, surround sound, and more. Find out more by calling 909-292-3611 or log on to hometheaterbyhenry.com. That's Custom Home Technologies. We'll meet or beat any price.
Friends and family visiting you this summer? Don't worry. Add a room instantly by calling your friends at the Red Roof Inn. Red Roof Inns offer quality rooms, friendly service, great rates, and kids stay free. Plus, as a Ready Card preferred member, you'll earn points towards free room nights. With 360 Red Roof Inns nationwide, you'll find locations everywhere, including Ontario, San Dimas, and Victorville. Visit us today at redroof.com or dial 800-RED-ROOF.
Top of the seventh here at the epicenter. And the Quakes in control of this one, 9-2. As Josh Ford will lead things off for the JetHawks. He'll be followed by Javier Brito and then Derek Bruce. 6, 7, and 8. Due up for Lancaster. Nick Adenhart still out there for the Quakes. He went 7 innings in his last start against Inland Empire. Got a win and is looking for more of the same here, although Ford will lead off with a base hit into right field. First pitch swinging, and they knock the opposite way for 4. That is now 5 hits on the night for Lancaster. And here's the DH, Javier Brito. Apparently we were working the air conditioner a little bit too much earlier today because it keeps dripping down in front of me. You suffering from that problem over there? The air conditioner dripping on you at all, Pete? Okay. Swing and a miss there by Brito on the count 0-1. Look at my papers, man. Look at this. Wow, man, that's all of it. Look at this. Look at all my papers here. Well, trying to read my stats and they're falling apart on me. Unbelievable. I worked hard on these media notes too, you know. Down low. And it's 1-1. That's okay. Media notes, there you got a little wire damage. It's okay. I kind of thought I did a mediocre job on the media notes today anyway, so I wasn't. They weren't my best, you know? Weren't my best. But I tell you, the best media notes, I got oh, you like grape jelly? From Carl Jelena? Heck yeah. I'll tell you a story, though, about media notes. I'll tell you the best set of media notes I ever did. It was in Kinston last year. This one fouled back, and it's 1-2. And we had a guy named Anthony Lunetta who was with us at 04. Opened 05 in, where was he? He must have been in Akron to open 05. Got sent down to us, got called up to AAA. Got sent down to low A, went back to double A, and then came back to us. That was just all over the place. There's a fastball called strike 3. Javier Brito goes down looking. 6 strikeouts now for Nick Adenhart. And he's gotten Brito for the second time. That's the first out here in the top of the 7th. And so, in honor of Lunetta, I actually figured out where he had been when he got moved from one team to the next, even if it was on the road. Like, say he was in, Trenton, New Jersey, and he got sent up to Buffalo, figured how far it was from Trenton to Buffalo, and then say he was on the road in Charlotte, and now apparently a balk has been called on Nick Adenhart, and Adenhart is looking at Mike Jarbo saying, what's going on here? Bobby Mitchell walked halfway out to the plate, and now we'll go all the way out beyond the pitcher's mound and want a word with Mike Jarbo. Actually, he won't. He'll just go halfway to the pitcher's mound. So Nick Adenhart called for a balk. And that pushes Josh Ford in the scoring position at second base. Quakes still on top, 9-2. And here's Derek Bruce. But yeah, sat down there, figured out how long, or the total number of miles that Lunetta had traveled that year. Bouncing ball left side, right to the shortstop, Sean Rodriguez. Throws, got him. Score that one 6-3. Ford still at second base, and there are 2 gone. And then figured out how many games he had actually played, and it turned out that he had traveled like roughly 54 miles for every game that he had played in that year. That was how much he had traveled. That was the best set of media notes I ever did. I still have that one saved. Well, why are you rubbing off the tattoo I drew on you over there? Okay, I can get you a new one then. Okay, I can take requests. Curveball inside on John Zarang, and the count 1-0. Talking to the lovely Allison and the lovely Lauren up here in the press box today. The less lovely Cameron also begging for some attention over there. Hey, have you seen his wife? He's less lovely than the lovely Ashley, or soon to be wife, fiance. Missed by Zarang. It's 1-1. Well, we got Ashley and Lauren up here running the line score today. Allison, I'm sorry. Where'd that come from? That's right. That's Cameron's fiance is Ashley. This one outside, 2-1. Yeah, so Allison and Lauren both out here doing the line score. Always good to see them. It was Adenhart from the stretch. 2-1 curveball. Down low, and it's 3 balls and a strike on John Zarang, number 9 hitter, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He'll fly to right and ground it to short. Ground ball back up the middle. This will be handled by Sean Rodriguez from behind the second base bag. Slings the sidearm throw to first and gets Zarang by a couple of steps. 6-3 the scoring right there. And despite the leadoff single and the balk, Josh Ford is left at second base. And Lancaster turned away empty-handed here in the 7th. No runs a hit, no errors, 1 left. Fans, you all know what time it is. Get on up, stretch them out. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Quakes on top, 9-2.
Are you not finding what you want as you search for furniture? Search no more. Stop by Route 66 Memories and Rustic Furniture. We offer a unique selection of rustic furniture. Route 66 memorabilia, tiki bars, bamboo gazebos and palapas, and tiki poles. You'll also find custom-made sheet metal dinosaurs and other animals, pottery, patio furniture, and fountains, too. Stop by 10150 Foothill Boulevard in Rancho Cucamonga. Route 66 Memories and Rustic Furniture. Something for everyone. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Galliano Winery, located at 1431 Wineville Road in Mariloma, California. In business since 1927, the Galliano family's roots run deep in Cucamonga Valley's winemaking history, offering a unique array of 25 varieties, including award-winning wines as well as custom labels. The Galliano tradition continues to grow in the Inland Empire. Try the latest award-winning wines in a relaxed country atmosphere of the tasting room. Enjoy a tour of our landmark complex or relax in the beautiful picnic grounds. To reach Galliano Winery, call 909-685-5376. That's 909-685-5376. Or stop by Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 10:30 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Bottom of the 7th, Quakes all over Lancaster by a score of 9-2. And Michael Collins will lead things off for the Quakes. Middle third of the order here in the bottom of the 7th. Collins, Rimley, and Fuller, 4, 5, and 6 against A.J. Shappy, the right-hander. First pitch, curveball, a little bit outside, and the count 1-0. A.J. Shappy has retired 10 in a row. Charles tonight 0 for 2, has been hit by a pitch and reached on an error. Also a single and a run score. There's a strike to Collins. And it's 1-1. Fastball, outside corner, 1-2 now. I think it's about that time that we take a look at some big league scores. See what's going on around the major leagues. We talked about the trades. Well, what about the action on the field? One, two. Ground ball right to the shortstop, Derek Bruce. They'll throw out Collins by about 3 steps. 6-3 the scoring right there. And now 11 straight outs for A.J. Shappy. And how about the last 5 have all been on the ground? Here's Cliff Remley. See what he can do. Milwaukee lost today to Cincinnati 4-3. Boy, Carlos Lee wouldn't have helped in a 1-run game, would he? No, of course not. There's Remley with a line drive caught by the second baseman, Emilio Bonifácio. Remley retired, and there are 2 gone here in the bottom of the 7th. I'll tell you, Pete Marshall, the more I think about that Carlos Lee trade, the more worked up I get about it. And you know how I get. You know how I get. That, you know, everything will be cool for a little bit, and then I'll just sit there and start to stew about things and really get worked up, like that game in Lake Elsinore where they didn't give Toussaint the RBI right away, and I came into your booth, you know, a couple of times, and I was like, I'm more and more worked up about this every time I come in here, you know. Yeah, that's just the way I get. Fuller looking at a ball outside is 1-0. No, but you trade Carlos Lee for, 3 spare parts, basically. There's a swing, a drive into left center field, but Chris Ryal got a good jump and tracked it down out there in left center. Fuller flies out. Another 1-2-3 inning for A.J. Shappy, and that is now 13 in a row for the right-hander. Quakes go in order in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 8th. Quakes still on top, 9-2.
Great moments in Laughlin history. Jeff from Barstow tries out his new camera phone.
Hey, Jeff sending pictures from Laughlin.
Looks like you rented a jet ski.
Cool. Now he's floating by a pontoon boat.
Are there girls on there?
Yeah, those are girls.
Are they hot?
Yeah, and they're really tan. I think he's in a casino now.
Are the girls with him?
They're blowing on his dice. Nice, he won.
Good. He owes me money.
They're in a nightclub now.
Whoa.
Knee-deep in females.
That never happens when we're with them.
Hello?
Hey, man, you got shoes and down here.
Hey, baby. Jeff says hello.
Uh-huh.
I hate Jeff.
Laughlin, Nevada. Founded on fun.
I don't want to know what that is.
For information, call 1-800-4-LAUGHLIN or go to visitlaughlin.com.
Fans, for all your real estate needs, call Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga at 909-373-1768. Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, call on the name you can trust. Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. With multiple offices to serve the Los Angeles, San Bernardino, Riverside, and Orange County areas, they can help you whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing. That's Century 21 Excellence of Rancho Cucamonga, partners in our community. Call them at 909-373-1768. Again, 909-373-1768.
Top of the 8th, and the night is over for Nick Adenhart as he turns in back-to-back 7-inning, 2-run performances. Got the win his last time out in Inland Empire and is in line for his 4th win of the season here as the Quakes have a 9-2 lead, and they've turned it over to the right-hander, Aaron Pullen. Fans, before we get to the action here in the top of the 8th, we have reached the top of the 9 o'clock hour. So let's go ahead and step aside for station identification. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
You're listening to Rob Sinclair and Quakes Baseball right here on AM 1370 KWRM, Corona, California.
Emilio Bonifácio, first pitch swing against Aaron Pullen, smacked one to the first baseman, Cliff Remley, but Remo makes a nice play going to his right, then flips to Pullen covering the bag. 3-1 the scoring right there. And 1 pitch, 1 out for AP here in the 8th. Let's take a look at that final line on Nick Adenhart. 7 innings, giving up 2 runs on 5 hits. 2 walks for Adenhart and 6 strikeouts. Here's Chris Ryal swinging a line drive into left field, a base hit for Chris Ryal. He has 3 hits tonight. Chris Ryal now with half of Lancaster's 6 hits on the night. But again, for Nick Adenhart, 7 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks, and Adenhart matches a season high with 6 strikeouts. He also had 6 Ks against Inland Empire back on July the 12th. Fastball outside to Brandon Burgess, and the count 1-0. Let's tell you about Aaron Pullen, right-hander from Midland, Texas, 6'3", 200 pounds. Pullen, 25 years old, signed as a free agent out of UT Arlington back in 2003. Down low there, 2 balls and no strikes. Pullen on the year, 0-1 with a 6.61 earned run average. This is his 14th relief appearance. There's the 2-0, swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Pullen has given up 12 earned runs in 16 1/3, and has also given up 6 home runs in that span. Two-1 to Burgess on the ground, right to Remley at first. To second for 1. The relay from Sean Rodriguez. In time to get him with Remley receiving the throw. 3-6-3 double play. Brandon Burgess hits into the twin killing, and that is now the 3rd time tonight that the Quakes have ended an inning by turning a double play. They went 6-4-3 in the second, 6-4-3 in the 6th, and now 3-6-3. Remley, Rodriguez, and back to Cliff Remley here in the 8th. Lancaster, no runs on a hit, no errors, and none left. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Quakes in control, 9-2.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursdays. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
Pioneer Radio and Sports would like to thank the following businesses who are committed to customer service.
This Quakes broadcast is brought to you in part by Charles Fisher at America's Lending, on the cutting edge of mortgage financing. By Shelton Poultry, celebrating over 80 years of being a proud American business. By Cherry Blossom Furniture Collection, dreams turning into reality. And by First Watch Home Inspections. We never stop working for you.
In baseball, there are day games, night games, and even the occasional twilight doubleheader. But you'll never see a first thing in the morning game. That's because mornings are for Farmer John. Whether it's delicious hardwood smoked bacon, savory sausage, or juicy ham steaks, they're all made fresh right here in the Southland. There's even Farmer John quick serve bacon and sausage. It's ready in seconds. So share your afternoons and evenings with the Quakes. But mornings are for you and Farmer John. Get fresh. Get Farmer John.
Bottom of the 8th, bottom third of the order for the Quakes, and a new right-hander into the game for Lancaster. It's the right-hander Jesus Silva, who replaces A.J. Shappy. All in all, it'll end up being a quality start for A.J. Shappy, even though he gives up 9 runs in 7 innings. Only a handful of those runs are earned. We've got to find out officially how many they are, so we'll bring up the old box score online and take a look at what the good people at minor league baseball have to say. But it will definitely be a quality start for A.J. Shappy. He's done in by those 6 unearned runs there in the bottom of the first. The Quakes have dominated Lancaster on the scoreboard tonight. Here's Pat Riley in from the left side, and the first offering from Jesus Silva is outside for ball one. Ball on the outside corner there. Count even now, 1-1. So A.J. Shaffey tonight goes 7 innings, gives up 9 runs, only 2 of them are earned. 8 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. This one fouled back by Pat Riley, and the count 1-2. Quakes up 9-2 here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2. Change-up swung on and missed, and that is strike 3. First strikeout of the night for Jesus Silva. And that's the first for Lancaster pitching on the night as well. So again, the final line for A.J. Shaffey, 7 innings, gives up 9 runs, 2 of them earned, 8 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts for A.J. Shaffey. And here's Drew Toussaint from the right side. 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And a strike in the outer half. It's 0-1. Fans, want to remind you that Quakes Baseball is brought to you in part by Bobby Baja's here in Rancho Cucamonga, offering the best tri-tip, California barbecue, and Baja street food in the Inland Empire. Let Bobby Baja's cater to your family just like they cater to the Quakes press box. Bobby Baja's on the corner of Foothill and Vineyard in Rancho Cucamonga, or give them a call at 989-9925. Toussaint fouled that one back over the roof, and it's 1-2. Of course, Bobby Baja's provided the food tonight, and it was delicious as always. 1-2, swung on and fouled by Toussaint. We'll do it again, 1-2. Hey, lovely Lauren, you enjoyed Bobby Baja's tonight? Impartial third party right there, folks. Lauren gives it the thumbs up. You know it's good. Bobby Baja's, we appreciate all that they do for us. There's the 1-2 again to Toussaint, fouled off to the right. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes. About some more big league scores. I mentioned the Brewers losing 4-3 at home to Cincinnati. Brewers in a tailspin right now. The Mets defeated Atlanta 6-4. There's a swing and a miss by Toussaint. That is strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jesus Silva here in the bottom of the 8th. And there are 2 gone. Quakes has not had a base runner since Freddy Sandoval reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. 15 straight outs for Lancaster pitching. But it's happening after the Quakes already had a 9-2 lead. Quakes got 7 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Lancaster 2 in its half of the 3rd inning. And there's LeBlanc in from the left side. Fastball way outside from Silva off the glove of Josh Ford, and it's 1-0. But Pedro Martinez got the win for the Mets tonight. Gave up 4 runs in the 1st and then settled down from there. Mets win 6-4. Martinez his 8th win of the year. Billy Wagner his 21st save. Here's a ground ball rolled over to the second baseman Bonifácio. He'll throw out LeBlanc. 4-3, the scoring right there, and the Quakes go in order again in the 8th. 16 straight outs for Lancaster since the 3rd inning. But again, Quakes already up by 7. Quakes in the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We go to the 9th. Rancho Cucamonga 3 outs away from a win. On top, 9-2.
It's your first game. You got your glove?
Yeah.
Good boy. All right, bright blue sky, beautiful green grass. You know, there's nothing better than baseball in the summer.
I guess.
Hey, where's that peanut guy?
Dad, we're in the living room.
Hooked on a clear picture? Get hooked on Charter HD TV with a picture 5 times sharper than regular TV plus theater quality sound. You watch television like never before. Get local channels in high definition with no equipment to buy. Go where satellite can't. Call 1-888-GET-CHARTER and get hooked. Service not available in all areas. Prices may vary.
Are you looking to buy a home? Do you have little or no money to put down? Have you been turned down before? Then discover the unlimited possibilities at Infinity Mortgage Capital Incorporated. We can help you find your dream home and list your current home. We feature rock-bottom rates, cash out for any reason, first and second mortgages, lines of credit, and no income verification. We're Infinity Mortgage Capital, and we can help no matter what your situation. Give us a call at 909-483-5000 or see us online at infinitymtg.com.
This is Rob Sinclair, the voice of the Quakes at the Ontario Airport Marriott. If you're looking for a great place to eat, the Ontario Airport Marriott features the D Street Sports Bar and Grill, open daily from 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. the Pacific Grill for the fine diner, or stop by the 24-hour Pacific Deli. The Ontario Airport Marriott is located at 2200 East Holt Boulevard, just off the 10 freeway. The Ontario Airport Marriott, a proud sponsor of your 2006 Quakes on the radio.
Top of the ninth here in Rancho Cucamonga, and here's our first look at the right-hander. Pedro Herrera just came up from the Arizona League today. Baltazar Lopez was finally put on the inactive list. Lopez, of course, has not been with the club since July the 12th, when he went back to Mexico in kind of unusual circumstances. And again, we still don't know why exactly Baltazar Lopez went back to Mexico. We've heard rumors about certain things, but it's not anything that we're going to speculate on. But he has not been with the club for a couple of weeks, and finally the Angels decide to put Lopez on the inactive list, and they brought Pedro Herrera up from the Arizona League. First batter he faces is Cesar Nicholas, and a fastball outside for ball one. Nicholas, Millens, and Ford, 4, 5, and 6, due up for the JetHawks here in the top of the ninth. Quakes in control of this one, 9-2. Herrera works exclusively from the stretch. 1-0 in the air, right field. Should be playable for Fuller over near the line. Into the corner, reaching out, and could not hang on to it. That'll be a long strike on Cesar Nicholas, and it's 1-1. Fans, want to remind you, Quakes Baseball brought to you in part by Red Hill Barbecue of Rancho Cucamonga. Located at 8111 Foothill Boulevard on the corner of Foothill and Grove. Red Hill Barbecue is the home of the $3.99 lunch special. Give them a call at 989-9925 or visit Red Hill Barbecue from 11 to 9 Monday through Thursday and 11 to 10 Friday and Saturday. So Cesar Nicholas back in for the right side. Right-hander against right-hander. Herrera rocks and deals. This one pops straight up the elevator shaft. Collins with the mask off, steps over it, back behind home plate. He'll make the catch. Nicholas pops up, and that's the first out here in the top of the ninth. We'll tell you what we know about Pedro Herrera, a native of Villa de Cura in Venezuela. It's a lovely little town. 6 feet tall, 155-pound right-hander is Herrera, who spent last year in the Arizona League as well, and, of course, was with the Angels' entry in the AZL this year as well. And the numbers for Pedro Herrera pretty impressive down in the Arizona League. No wins, no losses, 6 saves, and not a single run allowed in 11 2/3. First offering, fastball down low to Jeremy Millens, and the count 1-0. Thirteen strikeouts in those 11 2/3 for Herrera, and only 2 walks. The 1-0. This little changeup it looked like, swung on and missed by Millens, and the count 1-1. And hey, I tell you what, you get a guy with solid numbers like Herrera, and you throw him into the mix, along with Kevin Lynch, who should be coming back in a couple of weeks. Kevin Jepson there at the back end of the game. Down and in, 2 balls and a strike. Aaron Pullen, who was good tonight. Michel Samar coming off an outing in which he threw 4 1/3 scoreless innings. Well, Quakes are going to have some ball players here for the stretch run. Swung on and fouled back, and it's even at 2-2. Oh, and position player-wise, it's like we've talked about, we really haven't lost any position players. I mean, Matt Pauley went up, and Devin Day went up. Rainbow Remley's still here. Rodriguez, Collins, Sandoval, Sutton, Fuller, LeBlanc, Toussaint. They've all been here all year. Fastball down and in there from Herrera, and it's full 3-2. Those Ben Johnson, Tim Duff. You know? I mean, so this offense is going to get some runs. And keep the starting rotation healthy and just continue to try to strengthen that bullpen. Fastball inside. That's ball 4. Millens draws a walk. And 1 on with 1 out for the JetHawks here in the top of the ninth. And really for the Quakes, it's just a matter of finding a way to consistently bridge the game from the starter to Kevin Jepson. Now, Jeffy has converted about 78% of his save opportunities this year. I think it's 14 out of 18 in save chances this year. Curveball down low to the catcher Josh Ford, in the count 1-0. Well, so Jepson's been solid at the end of games. Starting rotation, for the most part, has been very good. 1-0. There's a fastball strike, and it's 1-1. Starters this year have a .434 earned run average. Nothing wrong with that, and a 2-to-1 ratio of strikeouts to walks combined. So, well, they've been doing fine, but it's the bullpen that has been a little bit inconsistent. So if you get that squared away, and all of a sudden, you got some pieces to work with. Fastball inside, and it's 2-1 now. Pedro Herrera has already gotten the 25th out in this ball game, looking for numbers 26 and 27. This one fouled back over the roof. Out of play, and it's even at 2-2. Infield, a double played up. Quakes have turned 3 double plays tonight. Into the inning in the 2nd, the 6th, and the 8th with twin killings. A nice way to end it here in the 9th as well. Collins setting up outside. The 2-2 to Ford. Fastball called, strike 3 on the outside corner. Ford goes down looking. And that is strike 3. So now the JetHawks down to their final out. Again, fans, remember, tomorrow at 7:05 start. Quakes will send Carl Jelena to the hill. He'll be opposed by Lancaster right-hander Esmeralyn Vasquez. First pitch 7:05, on the air at 6:50 tomorrow night. Wear pink and bring your wallets. Fastball down low, it's 1-0. Breast Cancer Awareness Night tomorrow. And the Quakes will be wearing pink jerseys that we will be auctioning off after the game. So, a bit early and bit often. There's a swing and miss by Brito, and it's even a 1-1. Quakes will snap a little mini 2-game losing streak here. And we'll take game 1 of this 3-game series on top 9-2 here. This one in the air, shallow center field, going to be trouble. LeBlanc coming on. Rodriguez going out, and Sean Rodriguez with an over-the-shoulder catch to end this ball game. As Brito pops up to shallow center field, nicely done by Rodriguez on the run, and that does it for Lancaster here in the top of the 9th. A scoreless inning from Javier Herrera. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Final score tonight, Quakes, despite having 16 straight retired to end the game, had the big lead and go on to win by a final count of 9-2. We'll go ahead and step aside for 90 seconds, come back with the post-game totals, and we'll wrap things up from here at the Epicenter. Final score, Quakes 9, JetHawks 2. We'll be back in a minute and a half. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Pure energy.
Share excitement.
Sky Sailing at the Warner Springs Airport offers you the chance to enjoy the grace, freedom, and joy of soaring.
Sky Sailing offers rides for 1 or 2 passengers in a sailplane.
Mention this radio station and get 15% off a 40-minute ride.
Give that someone special a flight ticket or treat yourself to the panoramic view of the backcountry in a sailplane.
Call Sky Sailing at 760-782-0404. That's 760-782-0404.
Open 9 to 5 every day.
For more information, go to www.skysailing.com.
For 60 years, you've included Best Western in your family's summer vacation. To say thanks, the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada are offering a limited edition $50 Best Western travel card and up to 20% off your stays with their baseball fan rate. Experience the best summer ever with the Best Western hotels of California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Because when you stay any 6 nights with them through August 19th, you'll receive a $50 travel card to use toward a future Best Western stay anywhere in the world, including the 338 hotels in California, Hawaii, and Nevada. Visit them today at bestwesternbaseball.com or call 866-743-8738. And remember to book the baseball fan rate. Hey folks, Rob Sinclair here to tell you about the good people at Nationwide Surveys and what they can do for your business. They can handle customer surveys, employee feedback, and even online and on-site data collection. That's Nationwide Surveys, reliable feedback, fast. Call them today at 1-800-252-0640 or visit them at nationwidesurveys.com. That's 800-252-0640 or online at nationwidesurveys.com.
Welcome back to the epicenter here in Rancho Cucamonga, where the Quakes tonight defeat Lancaster by a final count of 9-2. With the win, Rancho Cucamonga improves to 16-19 in the second half, 48-57 overall. Quakes win it with 9 runs on 8 hits. They did not commit an error, and they left 3 runners on base, 2 of them in scoring position. Lancaster, meanwhile, drops under 500 in the second half, 16-17 in the second half, 48-55 overall. Lancaster held to 2 runs on 6 hits. They committed 3 errors, and they left 5 runners on base, 3 of them in scoring position. The winner tonight for Rancho Cucamonga, the right-hander Nick Adenhart, who improves to 4-1 with the victory. Adenhart goes 7 innings, gives up 2 runs on 5 hits with 2 walks, and ties a season high with 6 strikeouts. He was in command pretty much throughout this ball game. Of course, having a 7-0 lead after the first will help you. Poor A.J. Shappy gives up 6 unearned runs there in the bottom of the first as the Quakes roll to a win. Even though he gave up those 7 runs in the first, it's still a quality start for A.J. Shappy. He does take the loss, however, falls to 7-7. Shappy goes 7 innings, gives up 9 runs, only 2 of them earned, 8 hits, 2 walks, and no strikeouts for A.J. Shappy, and there was no save in this ball game. So again, the Quakes get the win. Rancho Cucamonga now 16-19 in the second half, 48-57 overall. 9 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 3 runners are left. Lancaster drops to 16-17 in the second half, 48-55 overall. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 5 left. On the personal side of things, Nick Adenhart gets the win. He is now 4-1. A.J. Shappy takes the loss. He falls to 7-7, and there was no save in this ball game. Well, Vince, that's going to do it for us right now, but don't go anywhere because the Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. We'll come back, take a look at how the Quakes got these runs. Of course, all the damage being done in that bottom of the first one. The Quakes scored 7 times and sent 11 men to the plate. Take a look at that. We'll get you all squared away with the scores from around the California League, and we'll tell you everything you need to know about tomorrow night's broadcast as well. That's coming up in a couple of minutes. For now, we say so long. Yellow Book USA postgame show is coming up next. You're listening to the Quakes Radio Network.
Rancho Cucamonga Quakes Baseball has been brought to you in part by the Ontario Airport Marriott, Vineyard Bank, Charter Media, Galliano Winery, the City of Laughlin Convention and Visitors Bureau, Sprint, Chipotle, Red Roof Inn, the City of Rancho Cucamonga, Allstate Insurance, Farmer John, Xbox, Yellow Book USA, and NationwideSurveys.com. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Rancho Cucamonga Quakes baseball. The Yellow Book USA postgame show is next. The 2006 Rancho Cucamonga Quakes aren't always playing baseball at the epicenter. During their downtime, you can catch them playing the official gaming console of the 2006 Quakes, Xbox 360. Xbox 360 is the most powerful video game and entertainment system out there, delivering the best games, the next generation of premier Xbox Live online gaming services, and unique digital entertainment experiences that revolve around you. Xbox 360, available now at your local retailer. Jump in at www.xbox.com for more information.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing, tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers do the walking and do the
place you are at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. This is Quakes Baseball.
Fans, welcome back. Yellow Book USA postgame show is on the air where tonight we celebrate a 9-2 win for the Quakes in Game 1 of this 3-game series over Lancaster. A ball game that, I'll tell you what, took over an hour for the first 3 innings. Then we sped through the last 5.5 in an hour and 13. And I know Josh Souter would refer to this as a broadcaster-friendly 2-hour and 13-minute broadcast here tonight as the Quakes roll to a 9-2 win. Take a look at how the runs were scored. And we'll start there in the bottom of the first when the Quakes did all the damage that they would need against the right-hander A.J. Shappy. Nate Sutton got the Quakes off to a good start with a double down the right field line on the second pitch of the game for Shappy. Freddy Sandoval then walked on 5 pitches, and Sean Rodriguez followed with a ground ball to the third baseman, Brandon Burgess. Burgess is an outfielder by trade. He bobbled the ball and then stuck with it. Flipped to the second baseman, Bonifácio, but Bonifácio ended up coming off the bag. The error was charged to Emilio Bonifácio. That loaded the bases for the Quakes with nobody out there in the bottom of the first. Michael Collins, then behind in the count 1-2, took a fastball off the left arm, was hit by a pitch for the team-leading 24th time this season. That forced in Sutton, gave Collins his 67th RBI of the year. He is now tied with Sean Rodriguez for the team lead in RBIs. Just like that, Quakes are on top 1-0. Cliff Remley followed with a bouncing ball to the first baseman, Cesar Nicholas. They got the out on Sandoval at the plate. So the bases loaded with 1 out. Then Cody Fuller on the very next pitch hit a slow roller up the middle, took a bad hop on Bonifácio at second base, took a hard left as Bonifácio was going to his right, kicked away from him, and Sean Rodriguez came in to score an RBI infield single for Cody Fuller. That made it 2-0. Then Pat Riley hit a ground ball to Brandon Burgess at third base. He bobbled it for the second time. All hands were safe. Michael Collins came in to score. That made it 3-0. Shappy threw a wild pitch. That scored Remley, made it 4-0. Toussaint, after being behind in the count 0-2, walked to reload the bases. And then Josh LeBlanc had the big blow, a 2-run double down the right field line to score Fuller and Riley. Although LeBlanc would run Drew Toussaint into an out on that play, LeBlanc took off for third when Toussaint was just standing there minding his own business. Drew ended up getting caught in a pickle between third and home. Nothing that Drew Toussaint could do about that one. Just a base running mistake by Josh LeBlanc as he forced Toussaint out. And then Nate Sutton finished the scoring with a ground rule RBI double down the right field line. So Sutton doubles twice there in the first, scores a run, drives in a run, and the Quakes scores 7 there in the bottom of the first. And here's the goofy thing. 7 runs, 1 of them was earned against A.J. Shappy. That's how shabby the defense was behind the Lancaster right-hander. Quakes tacked on a run in the second. Sean Rodriguez led off with a double, scored on a double play grounder by Cliff Remley. And then after Lancaster got a couple of runs in the third, Quakes came back with a leadoff double by Pat Riley, and he scored on a sacrifice fly by Josh LeBlanc. And the Quakes went up by a score of 9-2 there in the bottom of the third, and that's how this one would end. Quakes winning it 9-2. Quakes able to win despite the last 16 batters being retired. 13 of them by A.J. Shappy and then Jesus Silva with a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the eighth. So the final 16 Quakes failed to reach base against Lancaster pitching. But Quakes had Nick Adenhart on their side, and that was plenty. Adenhart goes 7 innings, ties his season high in terms of innings pitched, also ties his season high in terms of strikeouts with 6. Aaron Pullen, a scoreless inning in the 8th, and then Pedro Herrera made his Quakes debut in the 9th, worked around a 1-out walk, and recorded a strikeout and a couple of pop-ups to get out of that frame unharmed. And that's how the Quakes go on to win by a final count of 9-2. Fans, let's go ahead and step aside for 60 seconds. We'll come back, take a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game, both hitting and pitching. That's coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show.
Hey fans, Rob Sinclair here reminding you that any night is a great night to enjoy Quakes baseball. Our Monday Madness promotion gets you 2 tickets, 2 hot dogs, 2 sodas, and 2 popcorns for just $12. Come out for Weenie Wednesdays and enjoy delicious Farmer John hot dogs for just $1. And every Thursday, quench your thirst with $1 beers and sodas on Dave & Buster's Thirsty Thursday. To order Quakes tickets in person, stop by the Epicenter from 10 to 5 Monday through Friday and 10 to 2 on Saturday. You can also order by phone by calling 909-481-5252 or buy tickets online at rcquakes.com.
USA post-game show. Quakes victorious over the Lancaster JetHawks tonight by a final count of 9-2. Take a look at what the Quakes did individually in this ball game. Nate Sutton had a big night, going 3 for 4, a couple of doubles in the first inning, and then a single in the third before the JetHawks finally figured him out and retired him in the sixth. But Sutton tonight 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a run scored, and an RBI. Freddy Sandoval went 0 for 3, did reach on a fielder's choice and also on a walk. Sean Rodriguez went 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. He reached on an error, also reached on a double, and scored twice. So another nice night for Sean Rodriguez as he extends his hitting streak to 6 games. In the middle of the order, Michael Collins picked up his 67th RBI of the year when he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded there in the first. He and Sean Rodriguez now tied for the team lead, both with 67 RBIs. Collins finishes 0 for 3. Was hit by the pitch, reached on an error, picked up the RBI, and scored a run. Cliff Remley finishes 0 for 4, did reach on a fielder's choice and score a run there in the first. Cody Fuller 1 for 4 with an RBI infield single in the first and a run scored. Cody Fuller continues to swing the bat well. He hit .360 over that road trip and now picks up the RBI and goes 1 for 4 here tonight. His hitting streak is at 4 games. Pat Riley down in the number 7 spot, 1 for 4. Reached on an error, doubled, and scored 2 runs. Drew Toussaint had a nice night. He went 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. And Josh LeBlanc down the number 9 spot had a good game as well. 1 for 3, a 2-run double in the first, a sacrifice fly in the third. All told, Josh LeBlanc goes 1 for 3, a run scored, and 3 runs batted in. Pitching-wise, again, Nick Adenhart gets the win and improves to 4-1. Adenhart matches his season high with 7 innings pitched, same as what he did last time out against Inland Empire. Gives up 2 runs on 5 hits, a couple of walks, and Adenhart ties a season high with 6 strikeouts. Aaron Pullen with a scoreless inning in the 8th, gave up a hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, and Pedro Herrera finished it off in the 9th. Gave up a walk with 1 away, but nothing out of the infield for Pedro Herrera. A couple of pop-ups and a strikeout looking on Josh Ford in his 1 inning of work. Well, fans, we'll go ahead and step aside. One last 60-second break. Come back, take a look at the scores from around the California League, and get you all squared away with everything you need to know about tomorrow night's broadcast as well. That'll be coming up in 1 minute. You're listening to the Yellow Book USA post-game show.
Faucets leaking, termites feasting, fishing tackle, paints and spackle, tubs, jacuzzis, tapes and movies, everything from A to Z. Tile and lumber, tons of plumbers, elevators, coffee makers, radiators, party favors. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book, not the other book. Festive gates, inline skates, artists, posers, florists, grocers, water coolers, bakers, jewelers, everything from A to Z. Duct tape, landscape, sit-down mowers, dentists, false teeth, uppers, lowers, wholesale, retail, bomb bale, white whale. Take a look and you'll see. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book. Let your fingers walk into the Yellow Book, not the other book.
To place your ad at people's fingertips, call 1-800-YB-YELLOW. Yellow Book, not the other book.
Welcome back. Yellow Book USA post-game show is on the air. Quakes tonight victorious over Lancaster by a final count of 9-2. Take a look at the scores from around the rest of the California League. A full slate of action around the league tonight. Only one other ball game has ended, and that one was up in San Jose tonight, where the Giants blank Visalia and hold the Oaks to just 2 hits in the ball game. San Jose a winner over Visalia 3-0. The final in that one. That ball game just went final at Municipal Stadium a couple of minutes ago. 3 other ball games in progress, and come on, Modesto Nuts. They are tied with Lake Elsinore 3 apiece in the top of the 7th. That ball game down at the Diamond in Lake Elsinore. Modesto has gotten a home run for the former Potomac National, Doc Brooks, his 10th of the year. And Modesto, with a run in the 6th, tied it up. And in the top of the 7th, Modesto tied with Lake Elsinore, 3 runs apiece down at the Diamond. Elsewhere in Southern Division action, Inland Empire is leading High Desert 4-2. That's good news for the Quakes, as they are trying to close to within 2 games of the High Desert Mavericks. So any help the Inland Empire 66ers could provide would be greatly appreciated. Inland Empire with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th to take a 4-2 lead. They're at home against High Desert. They are in the top of the 8th inning now, offensively led by Casey Craig tonight. He has hit a couple of home runs, numbers 5 and 6 on the year, and Inland Empire in the 8th inning, leading High Desert by a score of 4-2. One other ball game to tell you about over in Bakersfield tonight. The Blaze on top of Stockton 4-2. That ball game, however, only in the 6th inning. Herman Duran has homered for Bakersfield in that one, his 6th of the year. Blaze in the 6th, leading the Stockton Forts 4-2 up at Sam Lynn Ballpark. Fans, let's take a look at what is coming up tomorrow. Game 2 of this 3-game series. And remember, folks, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. We are going to be trying to raise money all throughout the night, so please bring your checkbooks and know that everything that you donate out of the kindness of your heart is going to go straight to the National Breast Cancer Foundation as we try to find a cure for breast cancer and try to put an end to this disease. Quakes tomorrow will be wearing the pink jerseys, which will be auctioned off after the game. We're also going to have a whole lot of other fundraising opportunities, so please wear pink tomorrow, show some solidarity. Quakes are going to be wearing pink. Quake staff is going to be wearing pink. And bring your checkbooks as well for a chance to bid on the special breast cancer awareness jerseys that the Quakes will wear tomorrow. First pitch tomorrow is set for 7:05. We'll be on the air at 6:50 with the Quakes on Deck show. Quakes tomorrow send the right-hander Carl Jelena to the hill. Jelly with a record of 2-4 and a 5.48 earned run average. He'll be opposed by Lancaster right-hander Esmerling Vasquez, who comes in at 4-4 with a 6.81 earned run average. Not only is it Breast Cancer Awareness Night tomorrow, it is also a fireworks show after the game, courtesy of Mark Christopher Auto Center there in Ontario. So we thank Mark Christopher in advance for putting on the fantastic fireworks show like they always do here at the Epicenter. So Breast Cancer Awareness Night tomorrow. Quakes wearing the pink jerseys, which will be auctioned off after the game, and a fireworks show after the game as well. One final note to tell you about tomorrow night's ball game: no TV tomorrow, so instead of the dulcet tones of Jeff Levering, you guys will have to put up with me for 9 more innings. I know it's going to be tough, but hey, grit your teeth. We'll find a way to get through it, and we'll have some fun tomorrow night along the way. Quakes will try to build off of tonight's 9-2 win over Lancaster. Again, the pitching matchups: Carl Jelena, the right-hander for the Quakes, coming off of that 4-hit shutout down in Lake Elsinore. Esmerling Vasquez, the right-hander for Lancaster. First pitch, 7:05, and we'll get things rolling at 6:50 with the Quakes on Deck show. Well, fans, that's the story from here at the Epicenter in Rancho Cucamonga, where tonight the Quakes defeat Lancaster 7 runs in the first, and they never look back. Quakes roll to a 9-2 win here tonight. For everyone who has been a part of this one, especially tonight's producers and directors, John Souter and Joshua Souter, the best in the business, folks, my name is Rob Sinclair, wishing all of you a very pleasant good evening, and reminding you that Quakes Baseball is a presentation of the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes and the Quakes Radio Network. Again, the final score here tonight, Quakes 9 and the JetHawks 2. So long, everybody. You've been listening to Quakes California League Baseball.
You've been listening to the Yellow Book USA postgame show. Look your information up in Yellow Book, not the other book. KWRM 1370 is the radio home for Quakes baseball all season long. This has been Quakes Baseball.